Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Charleston picked up over a half inch of rain on Wednesday, but compared to average, we are still behind a bit month to date and year to date. The deficit is still about 4 inches. So our drought map is unchanged today, ongoing moderate to severe drought conditions for much of West Virginia. And we will not see that change, at least not in the direction we want in the next 7 days, because just to keep up with average, we need over an inch of rain in a 7-day period. If that happens anywhere, it's locally north. But most of us just won't see enough even to keep up with average, let alone to see any improvement. Clear tonight, some frost east, then gradually from the north as we head through your afternoon on Friday, a few showers trying to work their way into the region. Widespread wet weather from the west as we head through Friday evening, overnight into Saturday morning. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home, trending warmer through the weekend if you're headed toward D.C., Charlotte, New York, but Chicago cooler on Sunday. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast, this next round, anywhere for a quarter inch or more, we have to look about Moundsville and north of there. Meanwhile, bottoming out in low to mid 40s here overnight, and we'll top off in the mid 60s for your Friday. Less than 1/10 of an inch for this next round of rain Friday to Saturday as we start to look east. Temperatures here generally in the 40s overnight. Davis representing a frosty spot. Meanwhile, we'll have highs 69 for Charlestown, 56 for Davis on Friday. You go south of Clarksburg, running into less than 1/10 of an inch. Temperatures that'll be back in some frosty territory towards, say, Snowshoe. Not as much as you push towards, say, Harrisville. And highs ranging from mid-50s in the cool spots to 70 toward Ripley on Friday. South of Charleston might stay dry from the Friday to Saturday round of rain. Temperatures here, more mid-30s east to low 40s west, and highs that'll be in the 70s in the warm spots. Additional showers and thunderstorms possible for Mother's Day into Monday morning.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Or call 800-765-8255. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, hello, West Virginia. We are back for more in the 304. Time to get it done in the 681. Time to start this 3-hour audio tour for Thursday, May the 7th. 2026. All right, I got the date right. We're off to a good start. Metro News Hotline comes to you from the Salango Law Studios. Visit salangolaw.com. Oh, look who's back. Hey, Coop, Ryan made it back.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Well, he's scheduled to work, so he has to be here.
Oh, so this is like part of your work duty today, hanging out with us?
Yeah, thanks for not interrupting the intro there.
I thought that was pretty good comedy yesterday.
He wasn't here yesterday.
Oh, but I guess I was.
Well, he did it again yesterday.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It got so bad yesterday we had to play it again.
Yeah,
we did play it
which
twice. Probably confused the affiliates a whole lot.
Did we miss the open? What happened here?
Fred, get in here. But no, so I didn't step on
There was one relatively famous national syndicated show that we used to carry that completely missed their open one time, and the guy just opened his mic like a minute into the show and was like, "I'm here." It was on like, I don't know, it was a huge syndicated show. It's like, oh, thanks, guy.
Hey, man, peek behind the curtain on that. By the way, I was telling Ryan, do you realize today is the anniversary of the first time a radio receiver was actually tested?
Ooh.
So, it's one of those kind of days. And I was thinking a little bit about presets. When you were a kid,
which we should be number one on your radio.
Well,
dial.
that's a thing. That's a thing. Coop, are your presets done by frequency order?
Let me see. Sure. So yeah, mine have to be like that. I mean, because I have to scan for the stations, you know,
Right.
so I have to make sure that the 7 stations in the building. So I pretty much have them. The car radio, the car that I drive primarily right now, which is just my work car, but I love that radio because it has one of the sequential memories that you don't. It doesn't matter what band you're on, so you can put them across, and it doesn't matter if it's AM or FM. And so I have them exactly in sequential order, starting from I do all the FMs first, then all the AMs.
What about you, Ryan? Is your car, are the presets in your car in frequency order?
In like numerical order, yes. So I've got like WTSQ, then NPR, then this station, then
Oh,
what?
yeah, I guess. Okay.
It's okay.
Numerical order. Yeah,
It's
that's
okay.
Then this station, the Mountain V100, and the Beat.
You knew you were getting older as a kid when your parents would let you have one preset, right?
fine. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, the biggest difference between presets today and maybe even 15 years ago is it used to be that you could call up a preset without wrecking your vehicle.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
right.
Now
yes.
you need to swipe through 37 screens to get to get past that notification, dismiss that one,
Oh,
get rid of
so
the
true.
notification that says keep your eyes on the road, and then finally get down to hit like number 6 to get to the station you want to listen to.
Yeah, and
The digital number 6. You can't just hit a button that says number 6 on it. It has to be like a digital number that you reach up and
but
touch.
you remember in the old days you would only have 5. There would be 5 presets.
Oh yeah, well,
Okay.
and sometimes they were just like little silver buttons that
Yes.
like moved the little dial. Those
Yeah.
are my favorites, man, because
Yeah.
you could do a lot of things.
Yeah,
with
and
those.
that's why they needed to be in frequency order, because you didn't want to press 1 that would go to 580 here in
Right,
Charleston,
right.
and then press 2 and it would go to some frequency at the end of the spectrum. It's like, oh,
now if you have the right radio, if you have the right radio and you did it slow
Pull
enough,
over.
if you had the right radio and you did it slow enough, you actually got a pretty good effect doing that, going from one end of the band to the other.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
You know,
Now that's inside radio
Yeah,
stuff right
yeah,
there. Inside radio stuff. So, I was just thinking about the presets.
What do the kids today call them? I mean, is
Yeah.
it presets? Ryan's probably even too old for this question, to be honest with you.
I
Yeah,
am
the-
not too old for this question. Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness! he got it.
Oh, snap back.
I'm just saying that you're like what, an elder zillennial or whatever.
I am actually I am the eldest Gen Z.
Yeah.
I am the first year of Gen Z.
I mean, he's almost a millennial, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, he's pretty old.
My
So how
my
old-
sister, who's a year older than me, is a millennial.
So what age begins Gen Alpha?
I don't know.
Okay.
I want to say like 2006, maybe.
Yeah, I think maybe you're right.
Yeah.
No, but that's the first time we've had that
2010.
time. 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
2010.
According to the interwebs. I mean, I'm not an expert.
You know what? We
Just
ought to use
Google
that
it.
as a drop for Ryan, like when you said he was too old for something.
I know, right?
That was
You
a,
know,
that was
like,
a pretty
oh,
interesting reaction.
Just very. This means absolutely nothing. We don't even have to talk about it anymore. I'm just very proud of this. For the first time in maybe 20 years today, I don't know, 15 years, I actually had a use for the service. Let me Google that for you.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, nice.
It was. I presented it politely, but still, obviously,
Firmly.
firmly having trouble finding something. Let me Google that for you.
Oh, nice.
And
Doesn't
it,
that
it has a
feel
little video that types it in, and then it hits search, and then it brings up the search results. I love it.
Oh,
It's like the
that's
original
nice.
Rickroll, man.
That's-
I think it predates the Rickroll.
Coop. Breaking news.
Oh,
Breaking news.
you're kidding me.
Well, it's sort of breaking news to our show.
Okay.
It's
All right.
breaking
Well, here we
news
go.
to our show. It's good news. Guess who's back in the major leagues, big boy?
Who?
That would be Alek Manoah.
Man, you predicted that Monday.
I know. He's back in the show. We don't know what his role is. He's not in the rotation.
You know
for
what
the
we
LA
need to have?
Angels.
We've been kicking around ideas for new segments and stuff like that. Maybe
Right.
what we just need to have, instead of Moment of Zen, it's like your Manoah moment.
That's
You know,
right.
where you can just wax poetic about how you yearn for him at different aspects
Yearn
of his
for him.
personality and his physicality to play the baseball game and other things.
That's a little strong.
I
you know.
mean-
I'm a little strong, but I'm a fan of the guy's talent.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying there's probably no media on the planet that's covered him more than we have.
That may be right. That may be. Well, Well,
unless
okay,
whatever local
okay.
team he was on at the time, like
let's
when he
put-
was in the
yeah,
league.
let's put it this way. We've probably covered the unique aspects of his personality
Yeah.
more. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And hey,
'Cause we've shown some of the negative too, and that's probably a correct
and really, I'm
statement.
just having a goof because the great thing is it's a guy that has that played here,
Right.
and we like to follow along and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm just having a goof. I mean, of course, it's great to follow along and see what these guys are
That's
doing.
exactly right.
Don't be creepy about it.
Yeah, we're not going to be creepy about it. So
I mean, I'm not.
we're following the Reds today. They're playing this afternoon. The Pirates are getting going in about a half an hour. Herd softball tournament in Lafayette, MEC softball, MEC baseball. We're onto that. Aaron Rodgers apparently is going to be in Pittsburgh tonight to sign with the Steelers. He's coming back for another season. Oh, I got a couple of things in the correction file.
I'm sure he'll be even better this year, a year older.
Yeah. Amy Smith's coming back to the show.
Oh,
today.
it'll be nice to have Mamie back.
She's back at 5:00. Delnora's dropping by. Maybe I'll coax her to.
I was just listening to her new song.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
right?
good. Yeah,
it's
I like
good. I'm going to coax her to sing. Oh, and today's the 10th anniversary of something very special in baseball.
One of the happiest moments in baseball history.
10 years ago.
10-cent beer night?
That was a happy night as well. 10 years ago, tell me when you're ready, Coop. 10 years ago, this happened in baseball.
Malone looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one deep left field. Back goes Upton. Back near the wall. It's out of here. Bartolo has done it.
Has he reached home yet?
The impossible has happened.
10 years later, we're still waiting.
The team vacates the dugout.
I love it.
As Bartolo takes the long trot. His first career home run. And there will be nobody in the dugout to greet him. This is one of the great moments in the history of baseball. Bartolo Colon has gone deep. I want to say that was one of the longest.
Yeah, so Bartolo Colon at 42 years old hit his only major league home run on this date in San Diego a decade ago for the Mets.
I love how
there was
happy he looked when he was running the bases.
I know,
man.
and the way
like a kid.
it took a couple of baseball technicians to force that helmet onto his big biscuit.
It's barely holding his head.
I know, it's crazy, and that was the longest home run trot. That is considered to be maybe the most unexpected home run ever.
Oh, sure.
Full stop.
And the
Full
crazy
stop.
thing about it is it wasn't like one of those things where he got a cheapie or, you barely hit it off the end of the bat,
man.
hit it to the shortest porch or whatever. I mean, he smoked it.
There you go.
I mean, it was a blind swing. I mean, he was just closing his eyes and swinging as hard as he could, but he got it.
So I've got the list. I've got the list of some of the most unexpected home runs in baseball history. We'll get to that stuff later. But we got to clear the decks because we have got a video game report.
Yeah.
We have a video game report.
Is this fully produced?
I don't know. If you've got the intro music, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the music. Yeah, I'll take it.
I always forget where I hide.
I see it. You got it.
It's
Oh,
here.
there it is. Now we're officially underway. What's the video game report?
All right, I got some fun news and I got some drama news. All right, the fun news is Nintendo just announced a new Star Fox game. And this is like hot off the heels of Fox McCloud, the main character, being featured in the Mario Galaxy movie. And given the production times of video games, it is most likely that this game was in production before the Mario Galaxy movie came out.
Absolutely.
So this is probably a deliberate choice by Nintendo to bring out this revival of the Star Fox franchise after Fox is in the cultural zeitgeist because of the movie. But it's good to see. There's a 16-minute video on Nintendo's YouTube page if you want to check it out. They go through all the new features. It is a from-the-ground-up remake of Star Fox 64. It's going to be on Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm real excited for it. There are some people who are split on the new character designs. Like, it's back in the day, like Fox McCloud and his crew were like anthropomorphic animals. So they were like animal heads, human features.
So
and
will you buy this game?
most likely,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But it looks good so far. Yeah, that's about it.
So wait, are they now fully animals, or what were you going to say?
Here's the thing. So like it's a very strange design. They've got like 5-finger hands, and like but they still got animal heads. But now they have digitigrade legs, which are like, animal legs with like the reverse knee joint. So that looks kind of weird, but like you're not going to see them half the time because they're in a plane.
5 fingers, it means AI didn't make it. So
yeah.
So what's the drama story?
The drama news, Big Trouble in Little Big Planet. A YouTuber by the name of it's spelled AYEE, so it's either A or AYE. But he set up a series of servers for the beloved sandbox game, Little Big Planet, in response to DDoS attacks that were made on official online servers, which are provided by Sony, the parent company. However, evidence came to light that A and some of his friends are responsible for the DDoS attacks. So basically, they're attacking official servers to drive players to their unofficial servers, which is maybe not the most legal thing to do.
But kind of brilliant.
Kind of in like a callous sort of way.
Illegal
Dave
way.
In addition, these servers have an unofficial patch that modifies the game, and this patch uses arbitrary code execution, which for the layman, that means that it can potentially damage the user's PlayStations and make it vulnerable to hackers, which is not good.
That's not good.
There's also allegations of homophobia, transphobia, and racism from AE specifically. So it's a whole mess. Hopefully the official servers can come back in some capacity, because I doubt this guy's going to stay in the community for very long after this.
What was his name again?
AE.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the correction file?
Oh, you have a correction file?
Yeah.
Ooh, retraction.
Do we have time? It's only 6 minutes before we have to go to break.
I got. I think I can do this.
All right.
So yesterday I mentioned that the Mountain East Conference softball tournament is being played in Salem, Virginia, and I told a story that 30 years ago in 1996 I was down there to call the NCAA Division III baseball championships, and it rained for multiple days, and I finally got to the ballpark, and they had the lineup for the Carolina League posted for the game between the Salem Avalanche and the Durham Bulls. And yesterday I said that Andrew Jones, who is going into baseball's Hall of Fame, was still in the lineup. He was still in the posted lineup for Salem. Somebody sent me a text last night. I got about 2/3 of the story right.
Oh, no.
Okay. He wasn't playing for Salem. He was playing for the Durham Bulls. Durham at that time was the Braves affiliate in the Carolina League. That was the last game he played in the minor leagues before he got called up to the Atlanta Braves. He literally went from the High A Carolina League to the Atlanta Braves. And then, of course, the Braves went to the World Series that year against the Yankees, and I think the first World Series game he played in, he hit 2 home runs.
I remember when he got called up. Yeah, I remember when he got called up.
So I just wanted to get that correction out there, that Andrew Jones got called up from the Durham Bulls, not the Salem Avalanche in 1996. And I had one question for you, too.
Okay, sure.
And speaking of the Braves, when did you start working for the Wheelers? What year?
Let's see.
Was it in the 80s?
It was 89. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's perfect, because you may remember this.
Maybe 88.
Do you remember when Ron Gant came to Charleston with the Macon Braves?
On a rehab, though, right?
No.
Was he the player?
He had played for the Braves the season before, and he committed the most errors in the National League as a second baseman. He was such a hot commodity that after a great rookie year with the Braves, but he couldn't field a lick, they sent him back to the minor leagues to learn how to play center field. And that's what happened when he came to Charleston. And I knew but that was just an example of how weird things were happening with, I just kind of felt like it was relevant with the death of Ted Turner yesterday. But I mean, how many situations do you see where that's ever happened, where a major league emerging star is sent back to low A ball to learn how to play a new position?
Yeah, that's right. I knew it was something like that. I thought it was a rehab. Since Jeff is here, and real quick, I wanted to bring this up very briefly. You know how our theme today is to talk about unexpected home runs?
Yeah.
And this drives me nuts, and I know it does Jeff too. I was listening to the game before I came down here, and the Reds radio booth, this always happens. They're the most cursed radio booth I've ever heard in my life. So they're going on and on about how, the wind and Wrigley today, nobody can hit a home run. You'd have to hit a howitzer out of here to even hope about hit a home run. Just throw it up there. Let them hit it. They're not going to get it out of here. Very next pitch. The Cubs hit a home run. I guess you can get it out of here today. That made me so mad. It's like, just don't curse them, man. Stop.
Yeah, we're following this game. Cubs lead the Reds 1-0. They're in the bottom.
The one home run.
Bottom of the fourth, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Question of the day. Yeah, this is kind of a unique question of the day because you had two major stars of classical music who were born on this date. Brahms and Tchaikovsky were both born on this date. And that was one of the great feuds. They were born on the same date. They knew each other. They didn't like each other. So the question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law, what's a sophisticated hobby or interest you have that your friends would never guess? What's a sophisticated hobby or interest you have that your friends would never guess? To respond, text those in, 304-TALK, 304-8255-304. You can tweet me. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY. All right, let me get Jeff Jenkins in here because it's a busy news day, Jeff. What do you got going on?
We've got a big news conference coming up at 3:45 here. The Kanawha County Prosecutor Deborah Resnick will have a news conference. A special grand jury has been meeting today over the situation that happened 2 weeks ago when a man identified as John Lucas was struck by an ambulance here in Kanawha County and dragged underneath the county ambulance and died. So we're going to be finding out if there was an indictment in this. We'll find out at 3:45 today. So we're following that story. Also at the website, Michael Bransfield, the former bishop of the Wheeling-Charleston Diocese. You may remember he had a lot of controversy when he left. There was a Catholic Church investigation. There were a number of things that they found that he did as the bishop. Well, he has died. And we've got that story also at the website, wvmetronews.com. And we got a preview of the 14th District State Senate race on the Republican side, which has 3 Republican candidates, including incumbent Jay Taylor.
There's also a really interesting story that Chris Lawrence posted within the last half an hour about the opinions around West Virginia of whether Greyhound racing should continue. So that's a really controversial topic.
It is because the U.S. House has just passed the farm bill that had in it provision to eliminate Greyhound racing, which is only now in one state. That's in West Virginia.
Yep. So it's a good story.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, Jeff, please come back when we get some information about that presser.
We will.
Let's take a break. We're coming back with more in just a minute. Stay tuned.
Wounded Warrior Project.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
What do you know about hot dogs? Because we've been all about hot dogs this week.
I love hot dogs, and I love them with Miracle Whip.
Oh, God, I forgot. Never mind.
And onions.
Okay.
I actually, yesterday morning, I had a hot dog for breakfast at 6:45 with onions and Miracle Whip.
And with that, we'll be back right after this.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Charleston picked up over a half inch of rain on Wednesday, but compared to average, we are still behind a bit month to date and year to date. The deficit is still about 4 inches. So our drought map is unchanged today, ongoing moderate to severe drought conditions for much of West Virginia. And we will not see that change, at least not in the direction we want in the next 7 days, because just to keep up with average, we need over an inch of rain in a 7-day period. If that happens anywhere, it's locally north. But most of us just won't see enough even to keep up with average, let alone to see any improvement. Clear tonight, some frost east, then gradually from the north as we head through your afternoon on Friday, a few showers trying to work their way into the region. Widespread wet weather from the west as we head through Friday evening, overnight into Saturday morning. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home, trending warmer through the weekend if you're headed toward D.C., Charlotte, New York, but Chicago cooler on Sunday. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast, this next round, anywhere for a 1/4 inch or more, we have to look about Moundsville and north of there. Meanwhile, bottoming out in low to mid 40s here overnight, and we'll top off in the mid 60s for your Friday. Less than 1/10 of an inch for this next round of rain Friday to Saturday as we start to look east. Temperatures here generally in the 40s overnight. Davis representing a frosty spot. Meanwhile, we'll have highs 69 for Charlestown, 56 for Davis on Friday. You go south of Clarksburg, running into less than 1/10 of an inch. Temperatures that'll be back in some frosty territory towards, say, Snowshoe, not as much as you push towards, say, Harrisville, and highs ranging from mid-50s in the cool spots to 70 toward Ripley on Friday. South of Charleston might stay dry from the Friday to Saturday round of rain. Temperatures here, more mid-30s east to low 40s west, and highs that'll be in the 70s in the warm spots. Additional showers and thunderstorms possible for Mother's Day into Monday morning.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
The conversation starts long before the game.
He doesn't do this to other guests, but every time I'm on here, he creates distractions.
Disrespectful.
With his phone. I mean,
I have to have the phone on in case Pete Thamel breaks another story.
Oh, yeah.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronews.com.
All right, welcome back. 26 till the hour. Germain Lussier coming up in a sec. And we have got the Sound of Sports coming up a little bit later on in this half hour. Keeping our eyes on the Reds game this afternoon. It looks like we've got a little bit of an injury situation. Brett Lauder's out of the game. And the Cubs now lead the Reds 2-0. They're in the bottom of the fourth. And the Diamondbacks and the Pirates will be starting up the rubber game of their set in a matter of minutes. All right, question of the day. So, it's a big day for classical music. Johann Brahms and Tchaikovsky, two of history's greatest composers, were both born on this date. They were contemporaries. Brahms was born in 1833, and Tchaikovsky was born in 1840, and they both died in the same year, well, in the same decade. Brahms died in 1897 and Tchaikovsky in 1893. Even though they were born on the same day, they had very different musical styles and famously did not get along. Tchaikovsky once referred to Brahms as a giftless so-and-so, and they had not a lot of respect for each other's music. Tchaikovsky found Brahms chaotic, while Brahms famously slept through a performance of Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony. Tchaikovsky saying about Brahms, he goes, quote, "It angers me that this conceited mediocrity is regarded as a genius." And he continued, "Brahms is a celebrity, I'm a nobody, and yet without false modesty, I can tell you that I consider myself superior to Brahms." So this was really one of the first celebrity feuds ever. So here's the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. What's a sophisticated hobby or interest you have that your friends would never guess? What's a hobby or interest that you have that your friends would never guess? And I'm really interested in your take on this. You can reach us. You can text those in 304-TALK 304, 304-8255 304. I'm on X for now at Weekly, WEEKLEY. Here's one from Andy on X. Dave, friends are surprised that I'm in a community band because I give off jock vibes. Nice. Jody says, Dave, the most sophisticated club in my bag is that I've learned to, quote-unquote, taste bourbon. That was not the method that Steve DeWeese taught me back in the day. Other than that, I have no sophistication. Jennings says on X, Dave, I've surprised my friends with the ability to do wine and bourbon tastings. It's something I've mastered over the last 20 years. So there you go. I want to know this. The question of the day, what's a hobby or interest you have that your friends would never guess? All right, Germain Lussier joins me now. Germain, are you back home in L.A.?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's talk about a few things. First of all, I wanted to ask you about this. You've written the review. It's already posted at Gizmodo.com. What did you think of Mortal Kombat II? What did you think?
I enjoyed it very much. It's dumb. It's very action-packed. There's not a ton of story going on. But, you know, if you like crazy fantasy action, ninjas fighting robots and, you know, all this kind of mystical stuff with a lot of, you know, jokes and things like that, it's a lot of fun. I was a fan of the video games growing up, so I love seeing these characters. And it's definitely not going to be for everyone, but, you know, and I don't think it's necessarily a great movie, but I definitely enjoyed it.
You know, you wrote the review, and then you've got another second article about Mortal Kombat 2, where you say that this film really wasn't held back by some of the things that occurred in the first movie.
Yeah, so I liked the first movie came out in 2021, and I rewatched it like the week before the movie came out, but I'm not like big into Mortal Kombat. I'm not on the message boards or anything, so apparently fans kind of hated the last movie because it did a bunch of things that they didn't like the main character was not a character from the game. So this movie, Mortal Kombat 2, kind of ignores all of that. Like, the guy is in there, but he does not play a big role. A couple other things are in there from the first movie, but they're very washed over. And so, yeah, I talked to the film's writer about why those decisions were made. And basically it was, this is a movie for the fans. The fans didn't like that. Let's get rid of it.
By the way, we've got Adam Harris coming up at the top of the hour to talk about Mountain Stage. And every time Adam comes in, we're going to talk about pro wrestling. And you've got something that you've posted about Cody Rhodes and his connection to Star Wars Episode 8. What is it?
Yeah, well, I just randomly on X, Cody Rhodes ended up commenting on some Star Wars lists, and he explained that he loves The Last Jedi, and obviously, The Last Jedi, Episode 8, is the most polarizing of the recent Star Wars movies. You either love it or you hate it, and every couple weeks, everybody starts fighting about it again on the internet. And Cody Rhodes says he loves it, and he explained why, and he basically kind of likened Luke Skywalker to Terry Funk as he doesn't want his old guys coming out and being heroic. He wants his old guys to have one last good fight in them, and that's what he said Luke does.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'll ask Adam about that when he gets here in about 20 minutes. And this was pretty interesting that you posted today about Melissa Barrera. She's not in the cast of Scream 7, and she says the other members of the cast in that film are scabs. A little bit of background. Why wasn't Barrera in Scream 7?
So Scream 7 was set to be the sequel to 5 and 6, obviously. That's how numbers work.
Right.
And she was the main character in those two. But as they were developing it, the kind of October 7th war in Gaza kind of broke out, became on everybody's mind. And she made a lot of pro-Palestinian comments. And Spyglass, who runs the company, who owns Scream, deemed those posts to be anti-Semitic and fired her. After she was fired, Jenna Ortega left the movie, though that was probably unrelated. The film's director left the movie, and we talked a couple weeks back, they were forced to pay Neve Campbell $7 million to bring her back. They didn't want to pay her for the sixth one just because they lost Barrera and they needed a big star. And now the 7 became one of the most successful movies in the franchise, but Barrera feels like anybody who took part in it is likened to a scab crossing a picket line, and it's a pretty bold statement for her to make. But you can see why she feels pretty hurt about it.
It's interesting because in the old studio system, we really didn't know too much about how stars felt about anything political, and maybe for their careers, that was actually a pretty good thing. In terms of Barrera attacking the people who were in Scream 7, this obviously is not going to help her career going forward, but, we are talking about it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think she probably should have just left it, and said, I don't really want to talk about it, or said, I'm happy for everybody. Yeah, to come out and say that. She even also in the same interview with Variety said she thinks the Paramount faked the numbers. There's no way the movie was that successful.
Right.
And I'm like, and just I love her in those two movies, and she's been in a couple other projects that's really good. But yeah, even I write something on social media, look at it and delete it. And I'm like, why would I do this? I'm just opening myself up. And I think she put her foot in her mouth here.
Hey, I want to ask you also, you're my go-to guy when it comes to Disney. Disney reported better than expected earnings this week. How's your relationship with Disney? How are you feeling about Disney now that they've had a change of CEO?
I mean, not great. My personal relationship with them is fine. I'm covering Mandalorian, Grogu, things like that. But they had those layoffs a couple of weeks back. They were 1,000 people. A couple of my good friends were affected by that. And these are really great, smart, talented people who had really important jobs. I don't know why they're not needed anymore. And they have families. So I'm pretty upset about that kind of stuff. But that seems to be what's happening everywhere. So if Disney can't keep all these people employed, who can?
All right. And finally, you're writing today about trying to get a ticket to Star Wars Celebration was kind of a nightmare. What was the problem?
Oh man, yeah, it was crazy. I ended up getting one, thankfully, because I attacked it like I was going to war with multiple people doing it on multiple different computers, but it was next year. It's a convention next year here in Los Angeles. It's the first one in 5 years. Not the first one in the United States in 5 years. It's the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. There's the new movie with Ryan Gosling. The George Lucas Museum is going to be open. It was the highest, most anticipated celebration ever. And it took about 6 hours to sell out, but it sold out, online, and it was just a whole technical nightmare for people. So I kind of detailed it in the piece. Yeah, it's sold out now. So if you wanted to come to LA in 2027, sorry, you can't anymore.
It's an interesting read. In fact, if you follow me on X, I'll retweet this once we get to the break. Germain, thanks for your time today. I do appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Have a good one, everybody.
All right, Germain Lussier, Gizmodo.com. A quick break, and we'll get into the sound of sports next.
Hi, I'm Nathan Adkins with CEC. Why did I choose CEC? It's simple. As a Huntington native and a Marshall grad, I'm thrilled to work in CEC's Charleston office, giving back to my community. At CEC, I dive into every engineering aspect, learning from West Virginia's best. Being employee-owned means that I have a stake in my future. We're not just names on projects, we connect with clients, adding personality to every job. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Metro News Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer golf coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hey, Adam Harris is going to be here to talk about Mountain Stage. That'll be coming up in about 15 minutes. Delnora's dropping by. She's performing at the Ribfest in Marmette. She's got a new single out, new video. We'll talk about that. That'll be coming up in less than an hour. Let's jump into the sound of sports. We got a lot of afternoon baseball today, but we need to get covered up what happened last night. Start with the baseball. Paul Skeens of the Pirates had one of the best outings of his career last night. 8 shutout innings as the defending National League Cy Young Award winner retired the first 14 Arizona batters he faced in a 1-0 blanking of the Diamondbacks.
Here's the matchup.
Foul tip struck him out. Skeens strikes out Nolan Arenado. 2 away.
102 pitches his last time out in 5 innings against the Cardinals. How long will Skeens go? 1-0 game.
He got him. Paul Skeens. It's still 1-0.
Paul Skeens, 8 innings, 2 hits. It's one of his most efficient starts of his career. Goes 97 pitches.
All right, so there you go. And the Pirates today in the getaway game, they're off to a good start. They get a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. Here's Skeens after the game last night.
Super animated. I think I smiled once or twice. It was good. We jumped on them early, and when you have a lead, it makes it easier to pitch. So they did a great job, played great defense. It was, everyone else made it easy.
All right, so the Pirates have Mitch Keller on the mound in the afternoon rubber game of their series with the Snakes. As I said, we'll keep you updated. Bucks lead 1-0 going to the bottom of the first. In Miami, the O's top the Marlins 7-4. The Birds' Pete Alonso hit a 3-run homer. The Polar Bear continues to wear out the fish from his days with the Mets.
This is Pete Alonso.
He had a couple of extra base hits last night, and his 56 extra base hits against the Marlins are the most by any single player since 2019 versus any one opponent.
And he charges that one. Left center field. Starting to carry. Marcy at the wall. Goodbye!
Hey now, don't let the Polar Bear get hot. A 3-run shot, and the Orioles out first again in this one.
Tonight is the 50th game that he's playing against the Marlins in their home ballpark. And now 16 home runs by a visiting player, second only to Freddie Freeman.
So the Polar Bear now has 57 extra base hits against Miami since making his debut in 2019. Here's Alonso on his success in Miami.
I mean, just it's a good batter's box and a good batter's eye. And for me, being in division with these guys for a huge number of years, I think familiarity is definitely a helper. But for me, love the batter's eye, love the batter's box.
All right, so Alonso has now hit 33 home runs in 105 games against the Marlins during his 7 seasons in the majors, obviously primarily with the Mets. In Detroit, it's been a rough season so far for the Red Sox, but Boston got some good news on Wednesday night. Sonny Gray was back for the Bo Sox, and he tossed 5 shutout innings as Boston wrapped up a 3-game sweep of the Tigers with a 4-0 win.
For the Red Sox, Greg Weissert has the bottom of the ninth.
2 outs in the 9th inning. The Tigers have not had a hit since the 3rd.
Swinging a high fly ball center field. Cedon is there. Rafaela underneath. And the Red Sox sweep the Tigers. They win tonight 4-0. That's their first sweep of the season, and it's their 5th shutout, which is tied for the Major League lead.
All right, speaking of Boston, the Celtics president Brad Stevens had his end-of-the-season presser yesterday, and it sounds like, despite their first-round exit from the playoffs, Stevens still has confidence in head coach Joe Mazzulla.
Obviously, these guys are really committed to growth. I thought the coaches did a really good job of helping guys all get better. But there's another step to take, and, whether you're in my shoes and or you're, in any of our support staff shoes, or if you're in our coaches' shoes, or if you're in our players' shoes, we got to get better. So that's going to be the charge and the focus.
All right, NBA playoffs now. It's Game 2 for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Pistons tonight. Detroit took the opener of this Eastern Conference semifinal. Cavaliers coach Kenny Atkinson says he's tired of the slow starts and the first half turnovers.
In the first half of games in the playoffs, we are by far the team that turns it over the most. I think by 2 a game. Okay. Then the second half comes, and we're 5th least amount of turnovers. So, kind of my theory is, I think we're easing into games, on both ends, right? Like there's a maybe because we're a veteran team, I'm not sure, but there's got to be like more force and energy to start the game and in the first half.
I think he's onto something there. I think he's absolutely right about that. We'll see what happens in Game 2 tonight. Last night in the other Eastern Conference semi at MSG, the Knicks took control late, and they knocked off the Sixers 108-102. This game featured 25 lead changes, the most in an NBA playoff game in the last 11 years. Jalen Brunson came alive late, scored 26 points in the Knicks' victory.
Maxey has it. Still plenty of time for Philadelphia, especially with a timeout left. Maxey launches a three-pointer. Comes up short. Brunson the rebound. Brunson races in the front court. Down to 10 seconds. Gets away from Edgecombe. Drives again. Dribbles away from him. And that's going to do it. The Knicks will win their 5th straight game in these playoffs and take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-7 Eastern Conference semifinals.
So here's Knicks coach Mike Brown after New York's 5th straight playoff win last night.
Because at the end of the day, it came down to who's going to get more stops in that fourth quarter. And, to hold a team like that to 12 points, and they missed some shots, we know that, but to have them only score 12 points in that fourth quarter, it's huge.
All right, so this series moves to Philadelphia for Game 3 tomorrow night and Game 4 on Sunday. And finally, from hockey in Buffalo, the Sabres down Montreal 4-2 in Game 1 of their second-round series. Buffalo built a 2-0 first-period lead thanks to getting their power play back on track. Here's Ryan McLeod finding the net from a very tough angle.
And it comes back to Byram, midpoint, over on that far side. Charlie work it down low. Benson gives it back. Here comes the pass across. Is deflected foot, scores!
So Buffalo is making its first second-round appearance in the playoffs since 2007 and the first overall appearance in 15 years. The Sabres host Game 2 tomorrow night before the series shift to Montreal on Sunday. We'll take a quick break. We're coming back with more in just a moment.
Metro News Hotline presented by Salango Law will return right after these messages.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
I always said I was going to move to a mountain in Tucker County, but probably going to put a data center on it, so I got to find a new plan.
Oh, you did not.
Oh, I did. I told you I was a little grumpy today.
Oh, man, you got some zingers today, Dave. I love it.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer golf coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
What do you know about hot dogs? Because we've been all about hot dogs this week.
I love hot dogs, and I love them with Miracle Whip.
Oh, God, I forgot. Never mind.
And onions.
Okay.
I actually, yesterday morning, I had a hot dog for breakfast at 6:45 with onions and Miracle Whip.
And with that, we'll be back right after this.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
All right, we got breaking news from Metro News' Jeff Jenkins. What's up, Jeff?
So the ambulance driver in that situation where a man identified as John Lucas was hit by an ambulance in Kanawha County and died 3 weeks ago. This morning, the ambulance driver has been indicted by a special grand jury. Her name is Alyssa Middleton, and she's been indicted on charges of voluntary manslaughter, a felony, aggravated vehicular homicide, a felony, and leaving the scene of a deadly accident, also a felony.
All right, we'll have more details on this at 4:06. We need a break. Wrapping up hour number one. News at the top, coming back with the stock market report, a reset of our question of the day. More on this breaking news situation here in Charleston. And Adam Harris joins us to talk about Mountain Stage. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Charleston picked up over a half inch of rain on Wednesday, but compared to average, we are still behind a bit month to date and year to date. The deficit is still about 4 inches. So our drought map is unchanged today, ongoing moderate to severe drought conditions for much of West Virginia. And we will not see that change, at least not in the direction we want in the next 7 days, because just to keep up with average, we need over an inch of rain in a 7-day period. If that happens anywhere, it's locally north. But most of us just won't see enough even to keep up with average, let alone to see any improvement. Clear tonight, some frost east, then gradually from the north as we head through your afternoon on Friday, a few showers trying to work their way into the region. Widespread wet weather from the west as we head through Friday evening, overnight into Saturday morning. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home, trending warmer through the weekend if you're headed toward D.C., Charlotte, New York, but Chicago cooler on Sunday. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast, this next round, anywhere for a 1/4 inch or more, we have to look about Moundsville and north of there. Meanwhile, bottoming out in low to mid 40s here overnight, and we'll top off in the mid 60s for your Friday. Less than 1/10 of an inch for this next round of rain Friday to Saturday as we start to look east. Temperatures here generally in the 40s overnight. Davis representing a frosty spot. Meanwhile, we'll have highs 69 for Charlestown, 56 for Davis on Friday. You go south of Clarksburg, running into less than 1/10 of an inch. Temperatures that'll be back in some frosty territory towards, say, Snowshoe. Not as much as you push towards, say, Harrisville. And highs ranging from mid-50s in the cool spots to 70 toward Ripley on Friday. South of Charleston might stay dry from the Friday to Saturday round of rain. Temperatures here, more mid-30s east to low 40s west, and highs that'll be in the 70s in the warm spots. Additional showers and thunderstorms possible for Mother's Day into Monday morning.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour, navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's 4:06 in West Virginia. Time for hour number 2 of our program today, Metro News Hotline. Thanks so much for tuning in today, folks. I really do appreciate it. Wherever you're listening to the show, inside the state of West Virginia or beyond the borders, just trying to get a read on what's going on back home. We hope you're having a good day. Here in Charleston, 63 degrees outside. Lots of blue skies, and we're glad you're tuned in. Got a lot of stuff to get into in this particular hour. We'll take a quick peek at what happened in the financial markets, reset our question of the day. Adam Harris is here to talk about what's going on with Mountain Stage. But first, let me bring Jeff Jenkins from Metro News back into the scene. Here in Charleston, we've got a verdict in a trial that a lot of people have been looking indictment.
An indictment. No trial yet, an
right.
indictment. So basically, charges have been filed in connection with a high-profile death, Dave, that took place 3 weeks ago. You know, we've reported on it. A lot of people have reported on it. This man identified as John Lucas in the Elkview area, and surveillance video shows that he, went out in front of an ambulance, a Kanawha County ambulance, and he was struck by the ambulance. That wasn't the initial report. Was that he jumped on the hood of the ambulance. The video did not corroborate that. But he was struck by the ambulance and then dragged, and he died. And so the community has obviously been calling for charges, investigations. Kanawha County Prosecutor Deborah Rusnick, the county sheriff's department, investigated the case, and a special grand jury met today behind closed doors, heard testimony, and then Rusnick just came out within the last half hour, and we'll hear she announced the charges against the ambulance driver in this case.
Okay. Those jurors, after reviewing the evidence, voted, and an indictment was returned charging the defendant, Alyssa Middleton, the driver of the ambulance, with the felony offense of voluntary manslaughter, the felony offense of aggravated vehicular homicide, and the felony offense of leaving the scene of an accident causing death.
All right. So you've got 3 felony charges that she faces. She'll be in front of a Kanawha County Circuit Judge tomorrow morning for an arraignment. And then usually what happens at those, the defendant will plead not guilty, a trial will be set, and those type of things. So, people can be charged in different ways. You can be charged by a police officer and taken to magistrate court, or you can be charged through a grand jury process, which is what this was. And it was a special calling, a special grand jury that heard this case today.
Jeff, thank you.
Okay.
Story coming soon to the website.
It'll be coming soon.
WVMetronews.com. All right, here's what happened today in the financial markets. The Dow was down 0.6%, lost 313 points, 49,596 at the close. S&P 500 was down 0.4%, lost 28 points today, 73.37. NASDAQ was down 0.1%, lost 33 points, 25,806 at the close. Amongst stocks of local interest to West Virginia, there were big percentage gainers or losers. Caterpillar was down 3.6%, lost $33 a share, $893.92 at the close today. FMC was down 7.2%, lost $1.07, $13.73 at the close. And Halliburton was also down. A lot of red on the board today, 3.1%, lost $1.24, $39.17 at the end of today's session at 4 o'clock Eastern. Oil all over the place today. It was way down early, but it ended up up on the day. Oil was up 1.3%, gained $1.21. WTI on the NYMEX closed at $96.29. And at the moment, natural gas is also up 1.8%. It's gained a nickel, currently trading at $2.78 per unit. Bitcoin at the moment down 1.5%, losing a little more than $1,200 today. A coin going for $80,205. And our question of the day: big day for classical music. 2 of history's greatest composers, Brahms and Tchaikovsky, born on this date. Brahms in 1833, Tchaikovsky in 1840. They were contemporaries, and they didn't like each other. So here's the question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What's a sophisticated hobby, so-called sophisticated hobby, or interest you have that your friends would never guess? What's a hobby or interest you have that your friends would never guess? To respond, text those in, 304-TALK, 304-304-8255-304. I'm on X at Weekly, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y. One word, 3 E's, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y. And that's a pretty good question for Adam Harris, who's here from Mountain Stage. What do you think, Adam?
Well, as a pro wrestling fan and a recovering music major, I love that these two were feuding in the press back in the day.
Yeah.
They had a nice little feud going. I love that.
Celebrity feud.
I know a little bit more about Brahms than I know Tchaikovsky. I love my sister so much, and she called me one day because I was majoring in music, and she said she was wanting to name her son Bram.
Oh.
And she said, Adam, tell me what you know about the composer Brahms.
Well, okay, a couple of things.
Said, well,
pronunciations. Yeah. Hey,
she went with the name anyway.
We had so much fun talking about the Mountain Stage show from last week.
Yeah.
All right, so you got to keep the hits, keep them on coming now.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and thanks for having Chris Smither on. That was a really great interview.
He was great.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, he was great. So Sunday, May 17th.
That's right. Not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday.
Kathy Matei is back.
She's back in town. Back in town to host with us Sunday, May 17th at the Culture Center Theater, which is right there on the Capitol grounds, a 7 p.m. showtime. It's general admission, but you can get your tickets now at mountainstage.org. And you should visit the whole schedule because we've got a bunch of great shows lined up, including 2 in June. And we're getting ready to announce some even more stuff for August that I'm excited about. And September is going to be legendary. So sign up for our email address, or our email newsletter, rather, because I promise we will only email you often enough that you'll look forward to hearing from us.
Fair.
The show on the 17th is special because I wanted to start talking about an artist named Andy Friedman who's on our show. And he's not widely known as a musician, although he is known in some circles, but he's really well known as an artist, a visual artist, okay? And he does caricatures and illustrations of very famous people for very famous publications, The Atlantic, The New Yorker, Rolling Stone, Billboard, and we're talking about people like Bob Dylan. There's a LeBron James that he's done. But recently, he doesn't even do illustrations anymore. He's hired by Topps, and he's done several different series. So sports card collecting is colliding with music this weekend because Andy Friedman is going to be in town. It's next weekend, rather, the 15th through the 17th. The Greenies Mountain State Collectors Convention is going on at the Coliseum. And then we're doing Mountain Stage on Sunday, and Andy Friedman is coming in to be a part of the Greenies card show, and he's actually going to be signing, and he signs a lot of his cards. He has a special release that's called Shoebox. And any fan, if you're like me and you maybe grew up in the junk wax era, and there's some of those 92 Tops and like 91 Donruss that you just love and you have that emotional attachment to, he has a great knack at taking those and doing artistic renderings of famous players and famous cards. And he's so passionate about it, and his work is beautiful, and it's well received in the community, and I think because of that nostalgia factor.
You know, the thing that you said in the last 30 seconds, there was so much stuff in there I liked.
Sorry.
Music, baseball cards,
Yes.
Bob Dylan, conventions. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff I really liked about that. But this is a really interesting turn, right? A performer who's involved with caricatures of ball players on cards.
Yeah, and I saw an interview that was actually posted by Greenies with Andy Friedman where he talks about the difference between, being a illustrator versus being an artist, a fine artist, and one is to project someone else's vision, and the other is to project the artist's vision. And while he does a lot of illustrating and work for Topps, he sees the music as being able to be a pure fine artist, and that's where he's able to express himself the most freely when it comes to the music. And so his music's very interesting, and his artwork is even more fascinating.
Well, when you get a chance to get some time with him, you're going to have to talk his ear off about maybe doing some pro wrestling cards.
Well, one of the first things he collected was Garbage Pail Kids and WWF.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, I'm looking
go.
forward to talking to him. I think that, WWE Topps has the WWE license again. So this is totally a possibility.
Hey, man,
and I'm putting in a good word for that.
I want to go through some of the artists that are going to be on this show at the Culture Center on May the 17th. But let me ask you this. Do you think your interest in wrestling would be as intense as it is if Turner had not lived?
Oh, man.
I mean, his impact on wrestling in general is immense.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, the wrestling, any fan of a certain era will know that you grew up watching wrestling Saturdays at 6:05. And the TBS times were always 6:05,
right.
7:05 Eastern.
7:05.
And that was free wrestling. And it's hard to even think about that now because every wrestling show that's on now is a subscription service fee. But TBS was every week, every Saturday. And that's why it was a big deal when AEW came back and landed on TNT and on TBS again, because Ted Turner had to be happy about seeing pro wrestling come back to his network. And you're right, the wrestling business as we know it would not be the same if it weren't for Ted Turner.
I heard somebody was writing about this yesterday, that Turner's funeral should be at 7:05. Should be at 7:05,
exactly.
And if it's delayed by rain, they should
show the Andy Griffith
They
show.
should grow the Andy Griffith show. All right,
good.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the musical acts that are going to be on this show on May 17th.
Yeah, for sure. In addition to Andy Friedman, we've got a killer show, including the Paul Thorne Band, who a lot of people love. Paul has a huge and long-running touring career. He's got a knack for storytelling in between songs and in songs. And this is one of the songs. I think he wrote this one inspired by that famous interview that James Brown gave when he was kind of like tripped out and had just gotten out of jail.
And that was on CNN.
And it was on CNN. Yes,
right.
on CNN. I think that's what inspired this song, because he says, looking good, feeling good, smelling good. It's all good.
All right, let's have it.
We got in some trouble, we did a little time. It's good to be free, but we don't have a dime. Ain't no time to sit around feeling insecure. The band's back together, we're going on a tour. We're looking good, we're feeling good, we're living good, it's all good. Jam.
Apollo. Yeah. You know a song song made an impact with us when it gets added to the Carpenter Ants set list.
Nice.
They've been doing that song ever since Paul did that on the show. Yeah, they love it. Yeah,
Tell me a little bit
about
about Sonny Sweeney.
Sonny Sweeney is a Texas musician, I think based out of the Houston area, maybe Dallas. But she's had several hits over the years, and she's been a recording artist for over 20 years now. But she recently has a resurgence, and she did an acoustic version of one of her more popular albums, I believe. And I sent a track from that this is some good Texas country right here.
All right, this is called My Own Lane.
Well, there's a Lincoln in my blind spot, and there's a caddy on my tail. I'm the one who's gonna blaze the trail. I've got miles to go in my own lane. I got wheels to burn through the night. Yeah, my heart knows how to run, but it's 2 strikes against 1. There's no getting in my way this time. I got miles to go in my own lane.
Well, there's something about that clip that kind of reminds me of Kelly Willis a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Great
see
pickup.
that?
Yeah, great ears. Yeah, great. And I love that. And this is one of those artists, Dave, that actually came to us. They were like, hey,
Nice.
Sonny Sweeney would like to do Mountain Stage. And I love when that happens. And she's wonderful and well-known. So Sonny Sweeney joins us, Andy Friedman, the Paul Thorne Band, and then somebody that you ought to know if you don't know already, Ray Benson, the famous lead singer of Asleep at the Wheel, over 55 years on the road as the leader of Asleep at the Wheel, which, as we all know, was founded in Paw Paw, West Virginia, but
Right.
went on to great fame in immortalizing Texas swing. So this is a rare Ray Benson appearance, a solo appearance. I think he's going to use our band for.
So I was going to ask you about that. What is Asleep at the Wheel? Are they done?
No, I don't think so. And I think this is just simply an off period where Ray's trying to do promo for the documentary film that they did. I think it's called 50 Years of the Wheel, which is available and out there now. That's obviously a 50-year recollection of Asleep at the Wheel. And so I think he's doing various promo stops, and we kind of snuck him in knowing that we'd have a band standing by to help him sing.
We're talking with Adam Harris from Mountain Stage. By the way, Delnora is going to be here in about 15 minutes, so this is turning out to be a pretty musical hour.
Show, yeah.
Oh, but before we wrap this up, Adam, let's talk about wrestling.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so what's going on? What's happening in the local wrestling scene? What's going on here in Charleston?
Well, we're gearing up for a couple things. The Bash in Beckley is coming up in June 13th. That's presented by ASW, and that's like a wrestling show with a convention attached. We've got some of the Hall of Famers. Demolition are going to be there signing. The Road Dogg, who recently left from the New Age Outlaws, and a ton. Arn Anderson, Ron Simmons, for some of you older fans of my generation. That's all June 13th in Beckley for All-Star Wrestling. Appalachian Championship Wrestling is known for widely throughout the state for B-Dubs season, where we go to the B-Dubs parking lots and have some outdoor free wrestling shows, and that's kicking off soon, I think June 11th. And then coming back to this Charleston Sternwheel Regatta, the music lineup made a bunch of waves last week when they announced that, and wrestling is going to be a part of the regatta this year. The 4th annual Sternwheel Slamboree will be right there on America's 250th anniversary, July 4th at 4 p.m., at Haddad Riverfront Park. We're down by the river once again.
Well, the thing about the Sternwheel Slamboree is, I remember when this first started, you were like, geez, I hope this works out.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
It looks like we can't have the regatta without it.
I hope so.
You know?
I hope so. It seems to have worked its way in. It's a beautiful use of that space, and I always wanted to have a wrestling show down there, and I think some decisions had to be made about the children's area and about what to do at Slack Plaza, and they said, well, let's try to push wrestling down towards the stage. That'll help the vendors, and then it helps Slack Plaza be more functional as a full-on children's area, and so that actually worked out great for us, and I think we had an even bigger crowd down at the levee, and a lot of people heard about it, and so we're hoping for some record-breaking numbers this year.
So we got another show of Mountain Stage that will be Sunday, May 17th.
That's right.
Not this weekend, the
That's right.
following weekend. It's a Sunday. Kathy Mattea is back. We talked about the lineup. And you know what? I'm really glad you brought up the newsletter, okay?
Yeah.
Because I subscribe to it. And
Thank you.
You guys do a really great job with that.
Thank you. Shout out to Mallory, who puts those together.
Yeah, and you were exactly right. I mean, nobody likes a newsletter that comes at you like six
Every
times
day.
a day.
No,
right?
we don't need that. We don't need that. I wish we had that much news, but that's why we like to cram it in. Like you spend a little time with our newsletter, and you'll be informed.
Adam, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Appreciate
Adam
y'all.
Harris from Mountain Stage. Oh, we got to get some wrestling talk in there too, of course. Let's take a quick break. We'll get the entertainment report out here in just a moment.
Don't forget about our podcast.
Check out your favorite podcast provider
Or simply go to wvmetronews.com and click on the podcast link.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law.
On Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
When you hired me, you were 29. You seemed like you were 50 when you were 29. You were running that thing like a 50-year-old man. All right, we got to go get some tape. Come on, get out of there.
I think I've sort of always been 50, and I think I'm 50 now.
Yeah, me too.
That's
me too.
a great point.
Join Tony Caridi, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Well, speaking of Trump, I read that he's now working on a one-page memo to end the war in Iran. A one-page memo. There's more paperwork involved sending your kid to a trampoline park. I mean, what is he talking?
All right, 427 on the show. And don't forget, we got Delnora coming up. She's going to be in studio with me to talk about country music. She's appearing at the Ribfest in Marmet. We will take a break here to talk about Talkin' TV and more. The entertainment report. Here's the latest from ABC.
ABC Entertainment News.
We come to this place.
Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a lousy seat at your favorite artist's concert, how'd you like to pay $65 to watch them perform live on the big screen at your local movie theater? The AMC theater chain is rolling out that model in June, starting with concerts from Bebe Rexha, Paris Hilton, Kim Petras, and Maren Morris. Visit arenaonelive.com for all the details.
Mr. Potter.
Season 1 hasn't even finished filming yet, but HBO has already renewed its new Harry Potter series for a second season. Season 1, called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, is set to premiere this Christmas. Thanks to the Michael Jackson biopic Michael, the late king of pop's music has moonwalked back onto the Billboard charts. His album Thriller is now number 7 on the album chart, while his classic Billie Jean is back in the top 40 on the Hot 100. And Grateful Dead drummer Bill Kreutzmann is 80 years old today. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
Chuck, thank you. Tonight on the broadcast nets, it's a big night on ABC because you've got the season finale of 911 at 8, 911 Nashville at 9, and Grey's Anatomy at 10 o'clock. That's a pretty big night. CBS, 8 o'clock, George and Mandy's First Marriage. And NBC tonight has got Law & Order SVU. And at 10 o'clock, The Hunting Party. This will either be the season finale or the series finale. You know how that goes. On Fox at 8 o'clock, it's a brand new episode of Next Level Chef, Animal Control, and Going Dutch to follow. Both of those are repeats tonight. All right, we will take a break here at the bottom of the hour for local news. And when we come back, Delnora is going to join us, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Charleston picked up over a half inch of rain on Wednesday, but compared to average, we are still behind a bit month to date and year to date. The deficit is still about 4 inches. So our drought map is unchanged today, ongoing moderate to severe drought conditions for much of West Virginia. And we will not see that change, at least not in the direction we want in the next 7 days, because just to keep up with average, we need over an inch of rain in a 7-day period. If that happens anywhere, it's locally north. But most of us just won't see enough even to keep up with average, let alone to see any improvement. Clear tonight, some frost east, then gradually from the north as we head through your afternoon on Friday, a few showers trying to work their way into the region. Widespread wet weather from the west as we head through Friday evening, overnight into Saturday morning. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home, trending warmer through the weekend if you're headed toward D.C., Charlotte, New York, but Chicago cooler on Sunday. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast, this next round, anywhere for a 1/4 inch or more, we have to look about Moundsville and north of there. Meanwhile, bottoming out in low to mid 40s here overnight, and we'll top off in the mid 60s for your Friday. Less than 1/10 of an inch for this next round of rain Friday to Saturday as we start to look east. Temperatures here generally in the 40s overnight. Davis representing a frosty spot. Meanwhile, we'll have highs 69 for Charlestown, 56 for Davis on Friday. You go south of Clarksburg, running into less than 1/10 of an inch. Temperatures that'll be back in some frosty territory towards, say, Snowshoe. Not as much as you push towards, say, Harrisville. And highs ranging from mid-50s in the cool spots to 70 toward Ripley on Friday. South of Charleston might stay dry from the Friday to Saturday round of rain. Temperatures here, more mid-30s east to low 40s west, and highs that'll be in the 70s in the warm spots. Additional showers and thunderstorms possible for Mother's Day into Monday morning.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a
The conversation starts long before the game.
He doesn't do this to other guests, but every time I'm on here, he creates distractions.
Disrespectful.
With his phone. I mean,
I have to have the phone on in case Pete Thamel breaks another story.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronews.com.
With many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. Coop, we're just running them in and out today. You know, this is kind of my thing. I love it when we have music to talk about. We should do this every day.
We haven't had quite the this music weapon episode in a while. It's kind of nice.
Look who we found. Delnora's in town.
Hi.
How you doing? So, literally, you were in Nashville until this morning?
This morning.
This morning.
We left after I took my son to school this morning, and we left immediately.
Nice.
That is a very literal comment.
So what time are you performing at Ribfest in Marmette?
7 o'clock tonight.
7 o'clock.
You're going to be there, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll ride with Burke Allen. He's dropping you around.
I know, right? I said he didn't know what he's getting into with me.
Hey, I tell you what, you've really got it going on. You got a brand new music video out there. I was watching it this morning. Called Looking for the Light. Is this a song you wrote?
It is. I wrote it with Jeff Bates. Do you remember Jeff Bates? He had long, slow kisses. He sounds like your wife probably knows Jeff Bates' song.
Okay.
It's a very sexy Conway Twitty kind of voice he's got going on. But yeah, I wrote it with him, and he's very candid about his recovery. And he went through, he had like a #1 hit with that, and maybe it was #1, I don't know. It was on the charts, and he had a big career going for him, and he ended up in jail and lost his record deal, and he's been through recovery, and so we wrote this song exactly from that place.
Hey, Cooper, let's hear a little bit of this, and we'll talk a little bit more with Delnora in a moment.
I keep stumbling round and searching for, reaching out for something more. I keep looking for the light, just a ray of hope, living in the night, got no place to go, trying to get back to who I really am, 'cause I was made to shine so bright. I keep looking for the light.
All right, Delnora joins us. Thank you for getting to the hook quickly in that, by the way. Very quickly.
Thank you for playing it.
Oh, are you kidding? I think it's great. It's a very uplifting song.
Thank you.
And you know what? This is your second appearance with us, right?
Yes.
I have so many questions. The last
Okay.
time you were on, I was thinking about stuff in the car. I wish I'd asked you. First of all, your name is so unique.
Oh yeah, which one? Delnora?
Delnora.
Reed or Acuff?
No, it's a
They're
very
all-
unique name. Is it a biblical name?
No, I was born in Germany. I won't go back. I was born,
Right.
I won't go there.
Right.
But yeah, I was born in Germany. My dad was in the military. He was 82nd Airborne, and then and our chaplain's daughter was named Delnora. And when I came out, they expected me to be Timothy Allen Reed Jr. And obviously it came out a little different. And
Well-
they said Delnora was a 13-year. She was chaplain's daughter. She was a 13-year-old girl, real sweet and quiet. And bless them, I didn't turn out either way.
Well, I know
Sweet or
that
quiet.
you're real good friends with Dreama Denver.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking Delnora and Dreama, or
Oh,
Dreama
man.
and Delnora. It sounds like a TV show.
Or a radio show or something. Double D's, right?
So are you guys are you guys connected from your days in Princeton?
Yeah, I know Dream. Gosh, I think we were introduced by Kevin Sizemore of all people. Yeah, Dream of Denver, but we're both from Princeton. Yeah. So, but I'm trying to think back how long I've known her and but you know what? Tying into the song you just played, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Dreama will make an appearance in my music video.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
there's another one. We released this one as a performance video, and Dreama and somebody else that you might know, T. Graham Brown.
T. Graham Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, what's the connection there?
Yeah. Well, I've done a couple shows with T. Graham Brown where, and so, but all the connections Nashville really is a little big town. You know, it's kind of like West Virginia. I can't go anywhere without meeting somebody from West Virginia, and I love it. We're just like hometown people, but yeah, my connection with T. Graham Brown and Kevin Sizemore and all these folks, Dreama, and now we all know him from a different place, you know, and now we're all together.
You know what? I should have figured this after you were with me before and we talked about your career.
Mm-hmm.
You were a country music DJ. That's how I got started. I was a country music DJ too. So when you were a country, how long were you on the air?
I was in college. I did the 7 to midnight.
7 to midnight. Oh,
7
okay.
to midnight.
All right.
It was, I don't even know if I can say the call letters, but yeah, it was like 106.3, 107.7. Kicks Country was what it was. I'm Delnora. I'm going to be with you till midnight. I was like Delilah, Delnora, you know.
Oh, that's right. This Delilah show.
I really did get some weird calls.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
They wanted to request some weird things.
So when you were a DJ, were you performing at that point, or did you get the bug after you started DJing?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, I've had the bug since I was like 2 years old singing. I could sing before I could talk.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was singing with my dad. My dad would send these little tapes. You remember cassette tapes,
Sure,
kids? You don't know what that is, but cassette tapes. Daddy would send back. He played and sang on these tapes, like new songs that were out, and he was a songwriter. He'd send them to Papa, and you could hear me in the background harmonizing with him, and I couldn't even talk.
So the people who are thinking, well, Delnora's back in town. She's going to go to the Ribfest in Marmet, and then she's going to hang out here for a month or so and relax. That's not happening,
I'm
right?
sorry.
You're it's just like boom, you're here, and then
in town.
You're going to Alabama and to Texas after this.
Alabama, yeah.
Where are you going?
Oh, you heard? Let's see, Fayette. I don't know if y'all know where Fayette is. We don't either. It's out in the middle of nowhere, but it is Fayette, Alabama, and then we're headed over to Gadsden. Now that's a little closer to.
Sure.
Gadsden is close. It's outside of Birmingham, so that's where I'm headed.
So you are the ICMA Female Vocalist of the Year.
Yes.
So when did you get that award?
Just a couple of weeks ago at the Grand Ole Opry.
And does that impress your 10-year-old son?
No, not at all. He wanted to know yesterday why I didn't mention him on an interview that I had with WSAZ.
Right.
Here, and I was like, we did a Zoom interview, and he was like, you didn't even mention it was my birthday. I'm like, buddy.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
They'll keep you grounded.
Y'all, my son has turned double digits. Okay, it's a big deal. He's 10.
10 years old.
10 years old.
Does he like to travel with you? Do you like to take him?
He loves it. He loves it. As soon as school's out, he'll come with me.
So is he impressed by your career or probably not? Right?
I don't think he is, but then I'm not famous, okay? But every now and again I'll hear him with his friends. I'm like, buddy, I am not famous. He's so cute. But he says he's famous now too because he's been in a music video with me.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So you've got 8 records, right? And a Christmas EP. I don't think I've heard the Christmas EP.
You haven't?
No.
I'll have to come back at Christmas
Hey,
time.
Delnora, you can come back anytime. But what are people going to hear when you perform tonight? Obviously, you're going to do your new song.
Right.
Right. What
Absolutely.
else? What else are you going to do?
Looking for the light, not the night, but the light. Yes. And we're going to hear. They're going to hear a mixture because here's the thing: if you've never heard me, I want them to hear some songs that they might know too. So I try to put a few covers in there, and then that way it's not a complete singer-songwriter set. We're at a festival, so we gotta play some things that we know. You're going to hear Country Roads if you're in.
That's right. So where do you fit in the music lane? Do people like to refer to you as contemporary Christian, contemporary country? Where do you fit?
I think it's more positive country.
Okay.
It's just positive. You know, since I did have my son, so we can talk about him and I can interject him in this conversation because when I did, I started looking at music different. You know, I wrote a lot of different stuff before I had him, and a lot of it is a part of my journey as a writer, as a person, a human being, and it's not always happy, right? But once I had him, I started being a little more cognizant of what I was putting out there, right? Of like, oh, what do I need to put him, let him listen to, and it needed to be a little more positive. So most of the things that I wrote after that were always more positive and inspirational because I had little ears, you know, that were listening all the time.
Well, I'm positive I like having you on our show.
Thank you.
You know, I do. And it's funny. I can do this radio show and I don't have to worry about the weather.
Yeah.
But man, that's a constant worry for you though, right?
Right. I'm going to have to wear pants tonight. I can't wear this dress, Dave. I'm sorry. We'll have Marilyn moments on the stage, you know? So we were just talking about that. So is that why you brought the weather up? I don't know.
No, it's just something. I don't have to worry about it, but you do.
Yeah, it's going to be a little chilly tonight.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's pleasant.
It is. It's actually, it's lovely right now, guys. So don't let the weather deter you from coming out to Ribfest.
All right. Well, tell Burke Allen we love having you on our show and bring you back anytime.
Thank you.
And
thank you
I
so
love your
much.
positivity.
Yeah, thank you.
I need a little bit more in my life. And frankly, Coop, I don't know if this is about you, but man, you could use some positivity too.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Him.
There is no doubt about that. I can use a lot of positivity. And I feel like I've gotten
He's just so laid back, man.
I know. Delnora, thank you.
Thank you.
She'll be at the Ribfest in Marmette tonight. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll open up the On the State file in just a moment.
This boating season, elevate your family time with Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Proudly family-owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Trusted experts in premium boats, motors, and service. Discover refined comfort, elegant design, and performance you can feel. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of preseason savings. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com because the weekend's almost here.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
For your daily fix of sports in West Virginia, there's only one stop.
I would imagine a group of you got together and watched the Mountaineers last night. What were your thoughts on that performance?
It was funny, we were sitting with a guy last night, and he said, all right, I'm going to go put $1,000 on it. Well, down the stretch of that ball game, he's looking at us like, are you kidding me? And sure enough, the Mountaineers came back. I saw him today. He said, yep, I'm putting another $1,000 on them tomorrow.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
All right, welcome back to the show. About 9 minutes till the hour. You know, let me get you, before we get into the on this date file, let me get you caught up on a couple of baseball things that are going on right now in the Mountain East Conference. So the Mountain East Conference baseball tournament is taking place over at Gilmart Ballpark, just a couple of blocks from where we are here on Virginia Street. And the University of Charleston, they're putting up some crooked numbers. They just put a 5 spot up in the second inning, and they lead Frostburg 6-1. They are now in the top of the 4th inning. So the Golden Eagles playing well. They are up 6-1 on Frostburg. A little later on over the ballpark, after that one's concluded at 7 o'clock, Wheeling and Concord will get underway. We've also got some results from the Mountain East softball tournament that's taking place in Salem, Virginia. This is a double elimination affair. Game started at noon over there. Games going on simultaneously. Well, the University of Charleston defeated Frostburg. This is softball, 6-4. Fairmont, they are the number 1 seed in the North. They were a winner over Glenville, 5-2. Games in progress at the moment. Concord defeated Davis and Elkins. This is over now. Concord has defeated Davis and Elkins 3-1 in that particular tournament. We'll get you an update on West Liberty and West Virginia State. That game's going on right now before we leave the air today. We'll also, at the top of the hour, get you caught up on what's going on in Major League Baseball. The Reds are playing this afternoon. The Pirates are playing this afternoon. We've got the latest on the Dirty Birds as well. All right, let's go ahead and get into the On This Date file. And we will start with the birthdays. And we'll start with the sports birthdays as we always do. Now, some pretty interesting sports birthdays today. Randall Tex Cobb, the boxer turned actor, 76 years old today. Alex Smith, his story has been well chronicled, all the injuries he had, and now he's a broadcaster. Alex Smith, quarterback the Redskins for a while, 42 years old. Ronnie Harmon, running back in the NFL, having a birthday today. He is 62. Mark Smith played for the O's, played for the Pirates, spent time in Japan, 20 years as a major league player, 56 years old today. Sean Marion, man, there's a guy who bought the ticket and took the ride. Started at UNLV, spent 15 years in the NBA. He's 48 years old today. Moving on to birth anniversaries. How about Johnny Unitas? Johnny U, born in this date in 1933. He died in 2002 at the age of 69. Born in Pittsburgh, drafted by the Steelers. He could have been a Steeler. Cut by the Steelers, was a great quarterback for the Colts and then briefly for the Chargers. Here he is directing the game-winning drive in probably one of the most significant games in NFL and pro football history, the 1958 NFL title game, a 23-17 overtime win against the Giants in a game many consider the greatest ever played.
They're down about 1.5 yards to go. He is now connected on 27 out of 40. The Colts at the line of scrimmage. Flanker to the right. The ends are tight. Unitas takes. He gives to Amici, and the ball game is over. Alan Amici has scored the touchdown, and the Baltimore Colts are the professional football champions of the world. That's the end of the game. The final score: Baltimore 23, the New York Giants 17. We'll be back in a moment with the final wrap-up of today's game.
Coop, how about that? I mean, the touchdown in the most significant game in the history of the NFL, and he threw the break in 10 seconds.
Yeah, man. You had to get that sponsor in.
Like, boom, we're right to the commercials. Also, on this date, 1963, Bruno Sammartino, speaking of Pittsburgh, Bruno Sammartino becomes pro wrestling's champion, beating Buddy Rogers at Madison Square Garden in less than a minute.
May 17, 1963, World Championship Wrestling. Bruno Sammartino challenging the champion Buddy Rogers. Sammartino attacking from the opening bell. He's got Rogers in the air. Rogers in tremendous pain. Sammartino with a crushing bear hug. Now Sammartino rolling Rogers over his shoulder. He's got him in the backbreaker. Buddy Rogers is totally helpless, and it's all over. Sammartino wins in 55 seconds. A stunning defeat for Buddy Rogers, and Bruno Sammartino is the new world champion of wrestling.
There you go. Bruno Sammartino gets the title on this date in 1963 in New York. And finally on this date in 1972, an NBA championship for Jerry West. From the Kanawha Valley, the Lakers beat the Knicks in 5 games.
Finally exercise all the demons in terms of winning a championship.
Jerry, it's been a long time coming. We've been together through all those years, through all those miserable 7th games that didn't come to fruition, but tonight it's here. How do you feel? I really don't know. Probably tomorrow I'll feel a lot better, but I tell you, I'm absolutely at a loss for words.
Everybody in Los Angeles wanted Jerry West to win a championship, and he finally got it. And even the media guys, I think, who are supposed to not be partial, were excited.
There are people you really feel good for when good things happen to them, and West is one of the people you had to feel good for.
To see him, win his championship and not have to worry about the rest of his life, that all he can remember is getting beat by the Celtics. Finally got that monkey off his back.
There you go.
And
so the Lakers beat the Knicks
monkey off his back.
in 5 games on this date in 1972. And we're talking about classical music with our question of the day. On this date, 1824, Beethoven's 9th Symphony premieres in Vienna. It's often regarded as his greatest work. And our musical birthday to the break today, Bill Kreutzmann, one of the 2 drummers in the Grateful Dead, is 80 years old today. The 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports are coming up next. Stay tuned.
I want to tell you how it's gonna be. You're gonna give your love to me. I want to love you right and day. You know I love when I fade away.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
I always said I was going to move to a mountain in Tucker County, but probably going to put a data center on it, so I got to find a new plan.
Oh, you did not.
Oh, I did. Told you I was a little grumpy today.
Oh, man, you got some zingers today, Dave. I love it.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia. The High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Sports headlines at 5 o'clock. West Virginia State, by the way, their women's softball team was a winner today over West Lib in a game that just ended 9-5 in Salem, Virginia. Major League Baseball, Reds trail the Cubs 8-2 in the bottom of the eighth. The Pirates trailing the Diamondbacks in Arizona 2-1 in the top of the fifth. This is Metro. Oh, and Coastal Carolina beat Marshall in the Sun Belt Women's Tournament 6-0. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Charleston picked up over a half-inch of rain on Wednesday, but compared to average, we are still behind a bit month-to-date and year-to-date. The deficit is still about 4 inches, so our drought map is unchanged today. Ongoing moderate to severe drought conditions for much of West Virginia, and we will not see that change, at least not in the direction we want in the next 7 days, because just to keep up with average, we need over an inch of rain in a 7-day period. If that happens anywhere, it's locally north, but most of us just won't see enough even to keep up with average, let alone to see any improvement. Clear tonight, some frost east, then gradually from the north as we head through your afternoon on Friday, a few showers trying to work their way into the region. Widespread wet weather from the west as we head through Friday evening, overnight into Saturday morning. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home, trending warmer through the weekend if you're headed toward D.C., Charlotte, New York, but Chicago cooler on Sunday. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast, this next round, anywhere for a quarter inch or more, we have to look about Moundsville and north of there. Meanwhile, bottoming out in low to mid 40s here overnight, and we'll top off in the mid 60s for your Friday. Less than 1/10 of an inch for this next round of rain Friday to Saturday as we start to look east. Temperatures here generally in the 40s overnight. Davis representing a frosty spot. Meanwhile, we'll have highs 69 for Charlestown, 56 for Davis on Friday. You go south of Clarksburg, running into less than 1/10 of an inch. Temperatures that'll be back in some frosty territory towards, say, Snowshoe. Not as much as you push towards, say, Harrisville. And highs ranging from mid-50s in the cool spots to 70 toward Ripley on Friday. South of Charleston might stay dry from the Friday to Saturday round of rain. Temperatures here, more mid-30s east to low 40s west, and highs that'll be in the 70s in the warm spots. Additional showers and thunderstorms possible for Mother's Day into Monday morning.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour.
Navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more.
From a Mountain State point of view, Hotline is a no politics zone.
You can join the conversation.
Text the show at 304-825-5304.
304-TALK-304.
Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's 5:06 in West Virginia. Time to start the third and final hour of our program today. Metro News Hotline, thanks so much for tuning in today, folks. I really do appreciate it. We've had a busy show today, running people in and out of here. We got another hour to go. And I tell you what, it's good to have Amy Smith back, right? Amy Smith is back, veteran Wall Street observer. So, you know, we've had so many people on the show today. I've really neglected to talk about Amy's return. So let me just remind you, you know, she's a great resource to talk about the direction of the financial markets or any individual stocks that you want to get her take on. So go ahead and send me a text, 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304. If you've got a stock symbol or just a comment about the direction of the markets. And the markets have been really, really curious. I mean, it's really interesting with the conflict going on in the Middle East. The markets have been making new highs, although we took a little bit of a breather today, but not really that big of a breather. We're in the middle of earnings season. The earnings for the majority of stocks that have reported have been pretty good. So we'll see if we can keep that up. Now, McDonald's is a little bit down today, and there are some concerns about consumer stocks as inflation and rising energy prices continue to be a factor on consumers. But we'll get Amy's take on that. That'll be coming up in just a minute. And we haven't talked to her in a while. She's been out of the box for the last couple of weeks. We'll get into that. We'll reset our question of the day. We'll play some in or out around 5:25. And you know we can't do a show without getting a little Mountaineer content in. So Kevin Kinder, BlueGoldNews.com will be here. And I say this many times, and I really mean it, that of the guys who follow the WVU baseball team, he's probably the most locked in when it comes to analysis of the team. And West Virginia is getting ready to play arguably their biggest series of the year as they go out to Kansas to take on the Jayhawks, who are the current leaders in the Big 12 in the regular season, as we continue to kind of wind this thing down. All roads lead to the Big 12 tournament, and in the NCAA tournament, will West Virginia host? Will West Virginia go to the Super Regionals for a third consecutive year? We'll talk to Kevin about some of those items as we get his segment rolling. That'll be at 5:33. The other thing is, I know a lot of folks only hear our show when they're in the car, and that's okay. That's okay. But I just want to let you know, if you just tuned in, you're leaving the office or you're out there driving, don't be afraid to check out our podcast. It's available everywhere. But what I do is I just go to the website, wvmetronews.com. You'll find our podcast living there. The other shows that are on the network, they're also there in a podcast form. And over the last couple of months, if you're just intermittent listener with us, our programs are on Facebook now, Facebook Live. You can jump on YouTube and see us. You can watch us if you want to. And the Metro News TV app is also out there. I'm assuming that most of our listeners already have it, but if you don't, just go to the App Store and download it. I grabbed it and stuck it on my Apple TV, watch it all the time. All right, let's get into the question of the day. Question of the day today. I thought this was interesting. It's a big day for classical music because two of history's greatest composers were born on this date, and they were contemporaries. Born on May the 7th, Brahms in 1833 and Tchaikovsky in 1840. They were contemporaries, and they didn't like each other very much. So the question of the day, and is sponsored by Salango Law, what's a sophisticated hobby or an interest you have that your friends would never guess? Okay? What's a sophisticated hobby or an interest you have that your friends would never guess? And we've had some pretty interesting responses to that, and I want to get, Coop, I think Amy Smith may have one. I think a lot of people might be surprised by some of her hobbies. We're going to get into that in a second. So the text line here, you know it, 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304. I'm on X at Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. All right, let me bring Amy Smith into the program. Amy Smith, for parts of 2 decades, was at Investors Business Daily. She is in California now, in L.A., but she grew up right here in West Virginia, grew up in the Elkins area, and she is, after all, the shining pride of Randolph County. And she joins us after a 2-week absence. Amy, how you doing today?
Hey, Dave, it's good to be back. I really missed you guys. I was telling Dale, I missed talking about the markets with you, and I missed getting the questions. And we've had a good market, so it's all good.
Well, before we go into the business of the stock market, I got to ask you. I mean, you were taking part in some competition cooking. It was your cornbread, right, that got you to Knoxville?
It got me into South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, and then I went into Knoxville to visit my brother. But you're right, my Turkish kofta kebabs were featured, and they liked them really well. I didn't win, but it was so much fun. That's where the Lodge Cast Iron Factory is. So yeah, cooking is one of my hobbies. I like to exercise. I like to hike. I like to read. I don't know. I keep getting more hobbies the older I get, Dave.
How's your brother doing? How's he doing?
Oh, great. Knoxville is just such a pretty community. It's Tennessee reminds me a lot of West Virginia. It's just so green. People are so nice. So it was a lovely trip.
I agree with that as well. All right, Amy, let me ask you. I mean, the market took a little bit of a step back today. The Dow was down 0.6, the S&P and NASDAQ likewise. But this thing has really just been marching forward despite what's going on in the Middle East. What's your take on it?
Yeah, it really has. I mean, we do have to sort of take a look here at what has gone up. So the NASDAQ is the one that's really shot up higher. That's because we got a lot of those tech names in there. The AI names are doing great. The Mag 7s on the whole of the balance, they're doing pretty well. You're right. We've had good earnings. We had oil. The thing is, the market was up, and then oil ticks higher, and the market pulls back. So we just got to keep watching oil. If we get a nice pullback in oil, we get things resolved in Iran, that'll help the market a lot. But so far, it's been a terrific market.
Hey, I got to ask you, I mean, what's your take on what's going on with memory? I mean, with Seagate and Western Digital, and AMD was up 18% yesterday. It gave some of that back today. I mean, these stocks, this group, it's sort of been, sell the software, right, and buy the hardware. Dell is another one that's just been on a parabolic spike here in the last couple of months. How long do you think this could last? Is it too late to get into these stocks?
Yeah, I agree with you. They've just rocketed. AMD delivered strong earnings, strong guidance. And I think the most important thing from this group, Dave, is that they reassured investors that these hyperscalers are still spending very aggressively on the AI infrastructure, on the data centers, the chips, the networking, and the computing power. So that, you know, when you're seeing money going in there, and you're right, the earnings on these have been just unbelievable. I don't know that I would pile into them right now because they've all gone up a lot.
Yeah, they've all gone up a lot. And the one I didn't mention also was Intel. I mean, Intel was basically left for dead 2 years ago, and now it's one of the hottest stocks out there. What's your take on INTC?
Oh, well, that one, this just rocketed higher, 18% after its quarterly earnings report. And there was a deal there with Apple, I believe, that was announced. And so that, Intel, INTC, just a rocket ship.
All right, the Mag 7, we were kind of in a flat pattern for a while with NVIDIA. But, I think NVIDIA is, and it is yet to report earnings. Earnings will be coming out on NVIDIA in a few days. It didn't report in the same week with the other hyperscalers. But NVIDIA is starting to act a little better. Google is acting better. Apple, Amazon just made an all-time high earlier this week. The big tech stocks are roaring forward as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of power in those names. You think about how many millions and billions of dollars are in all the stocks that you just named, and that's where the money's been going. It's big money into Amazon, big money into these other names. MU's another one that has had a lot of money going into. Yeah, Micron Technology. So, we're seeing money going in. You can't argue with the market. The market's looking good. So far there's not really anything I could say possibly we're due for a mild little pullback, but there's nothing really negative, despite the kind of the uncertainty of Iran. We're marching higher.
Yeah, the crazy thing is also that as this bull market it gets stretched out, every time we've had a dip, and every time we've had an opportunity to get in, you've been rewarded from that. And every time the president puts out a social media message, it seems like it moves the market. But for those who have stayed in, they've really been rewarded.
They have. And you know what? One thing that was discussed with a lot of groups that I talked to is the recovery from the bottom. We sold off, and then the recovery in the indexes has been very rapid. So it's not like this has been sort of a mild little recovery. It's been powerful.
All right. I got to ask you also, what's your take on the financials? The big money center banks, we're a little concerned. We really don't know. You've had a change at the top of the Fed. That's been kind of a curious place to be. The big money center banks and the regionals too.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these charts now. I look at Citigroup, look at JP Morgan, look at any of them. They're all either just kind of flat. They're not participating in this move. That is one thing I would say about this. One thing we have to be careful about the rally. It is not broad-based. We have the specific areas that are doing well, but the banks are not one of them.
All right, I want to ask you also about the precious metals. I mean, we came through a period where silver, where copper, where gold, they were on a parabolic spike. I mean, the prices of commodities are still high, but they've definitely pulled off their highs.
They definitely have. And you know what that is? It's, just what I said. The heavy lifting is done by the mega cap, the tech, the AI, the growth. But gold is telling you really it's not the safe haven. Yields are rising, the dollar's firm. Instead of being a safe haven, it's getting pressured by these other rates. I don't think gold is gone by any means, but it's not someplace. I think that's not where the trade is. That was previous. Silver went up. I think now the money's going someplace else.
Yeah, just to get back to the gold for a second. I mean, gold was trading over 5,300. Now it's pulled back to 4,300 and change. The old idea was that everybody needed to have a little bit of gold. Does that still hold true?
I think in a lot of portfolios, if you have a little bit of precious metal in there, it's never a bad thing. But you're going to go through periods of time where gold is not, no pun intended, it's not glittery. It's not going to necessarily do well all the time. We did have the run of the precious metals. I don't think that's a space I would get into right now.
All right. Well, I tell you what, Amy, I'm so glad you're back.
I'm so glad I'm back too.
I've missed your conversations, but it does look like if you take a look at the action in the overall market today, we're less than 500 points away from 50,000 again. So there's a good chance in the next few sessions we're going to get back over that number.
Yeah, I think so too, Dave. I think that, we're, unless something, very bad happens in the Middle East, and let's hope that's not the case. I think when things get resolved, there's no reason. We've had a good earnings season. The summer could get, sometimes it gets a little sleepy in the summer. We don't have a lot going on. But right now, I don't see the market falling apart. We'll keep an eye on all of the, all the news and see if that affects anything. But as you say, so far it's been shaking it off.
Yeah, I just wanted to say also as we wrap this up, 50,000. That's a really a psychological number. Once you get there, now that it's been there and pulled back and is going to make another run and hopefully get over that, we might run for a while.
Yeah, I tell you, even the small cap stocks, those were have been up quite a bit. I just would, one thing I'd like for it to broaden out a little bit and get some more industry groups participating, but you cannot argue with what the market's been doing. It's been exciting.
All right, got to leave it there. Amy Smith, thanks for coming back on the show today. Good to talk to you. We'll get back with you next week.
Oh, my pleasure. I look forward to it.
All right, Amy Smith. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for In or Out. Stay tuned.
You can call us at 800-765-8255. Text us at 304-825-5304.
Or tweet at WEEKLEY.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
What do you know about hot dogs? Because we've been all about hot dogs this week.
I love hot dogs, and I love them with Miracle Whip.
Oh, God, I forgot. Never mind.
And onions.
Okay.
I actually, yesterday morning, I had a hot dog for breakfast at 6:45 with onions and Miracle Whip.
And with that, we'll be back right after this.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is 5:24, about halfway through our final hour of the show today. Thanks so much for listening. Kevin Kinder, BlueGoldNews.com. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll get into some Mountaineer baseball stuff. Also, it's official now. The NCAA has approved the expansion of the men's and women's basketball tournament. It's 76 teams for the field. Also, baseball update. The Reds game is now over. Reds get a run in the 9th, but they lose 8-3 to the Cubs at Wrigley.
No Moss on this series. No Moss.
Be happy to leave, right? Happy to leave Chicago.
Man, they need to learn to. It's been a bad run.
So that game is over now. The Pirates, we're going to the 7th inning, and they have taken the lead in the rubber game of their 3-game set in Phoenix against the Diamondbacks. It's 4-2. So we got our eyes on that. All right, let's play in or out. Every day at this time, we focus on the stuff you talk about at the office. We call it in or out. The setup is simple. 3 categories: food or beverage, gut reaction. Finally, this one's about a celebrity. The topics of which change daily. Let's get started with food or beverage. Coop, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so DQ is introducing their new breakfast collection. And you're thinking, what? Breakfast at DQ? Not exactly. They've got 3 new offerings that sort of remind you of classic breakfast. The new Choco Frosted Donut Blizzard, the new Fruity Pebble Shake, and the new Cinnamon Toast Crunch Dipped Cone. What do you think of the breakfast collection at Dairy Queen? What do you think?
Man, I don't know, man. I mean, I like Dairy Queen. I want to be like Team Dairy Queen and stuff, but this stuff just all sounds sort of like junk. I don't know, man. It's like a little bit too much. Maybe I'm just in a bad mood. I'm gonna take a flyer here and do a mulligan and be like, I have to be in on this, I guess.
You got to be in.
But man, I tell you what, there is nothing there that sounds all that great to me.
Now,
that's just the truth.
A Choco Frosted Donut Blizzard. You don't think you'd be all over that?
What is a donut blizzard?
It's soft serve with Choco Frosted donut pieces and sprinkles.
That sounds disgusting. It's bread and ice cream? That sounds disgusting.
Now, if somebody came in here and carried like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch dipped cone, you'd be all over that mug.
I don't do soft serve.
Oh,
either.
that's right. Oh, that's true. That is true. That's true. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to take your lead on this. I don't think I would order any of this stuff.
You want to be out?
I'm going to be out.
I should have been out. Yeah, that's the right move. I'm sorry, man. I'm a DQ fan, but none of those sound good.
I'm going to be out. All right. Gut reaction. Well, I know you love Taco Bell.
Oh, that's true.
After more than 3 decades after a West Seattle Taco Bell closed, residents gathered for an elaborate memorial service organized by the artist Sunday Nobody. Bagpipes, formal attire, flowers, and a 21 bell salute at the former restaurant site on California Avenue in Seattle. A funeral for a Taco Bell that closed 30 years ago. In or out?
Man, sometimes you just have to pour one out. But man, there's been some places that I got some good memories of too, man. You wouldn't think it's not like the winery or something. It's that fast food place that used to be on the corner that almost burnt down that one time. Yeah, right. I'm in on this, absolutely.
Attendees participated in crying contests and left remembrance tokens near a custom headstone created for the occasion. You know what? I'm kind of with you on this. If you're going to waste time, this sounds like a pretty good idea.
It's a great way to do it. Doesn't hurt a soul.
No, I think that's pretty good. All right, finally, this one's about a celebrity. Oh, Dharma. This has been a while since we talked about Dharma. Jenna Elfman. Man, she's back, man.
What?
She's just joined an upcoming Fox drama called The Interrogator, starring Stephen Fry. 12-episode series, straight ordered to series in February. She's in that. She's also the love interest of Tim Allen in that ABC show Shifting Gears. Jenna Elfman's having a moment. In or out?
I always used to get her confused with Taya Leone.
I gotcha.
Yes, you with me there?
Yes,
I'm in on both of them, so that's all right.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so here's the deal on the show. This show, The Interrogator, 12-episode series, ordered straight to series in February, follows M16 agent Conrad Henry, played by Fry and his elite team. When standard tactics fail, Henry's intellect and unconventional methods help him unlock the minds of dangerous criminals. So, man, Jenna Elfman, her dance card's pretty filled.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
If you're on 2 series on different networks at the same time, well, let's see, now Disney does on Fox Television, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, but, so I'm sure Disney's involved here somehow. But Jenna Elfman, man, does anybody ever actually air Dharma and Greg?
That's one of those shows I'm not sure that live on. Just about everything lives on, but I'm not so sure that show lives on.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, Jenna Elfman, yeah, absolutely in. All right, we'll take a break here, a hard break at the bottom of the hour for our affiliates for news. There's a ton of news in West Virginia today. Stay tuned for that. Kevin Kinder, Blue Gold News on the other side, on the Mountaineers and more. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Charleston picked up over a half-inch of rain on Wednesday, but compared to average, we are still behind a bit month-to-date and year-to-date. The deficit is still about 4 inches, so our drought map is unchanged today. Ongoing moderate to severe drought conditions for much of West Virginia, and we will not see that change, at least not in the direction we want in the next 7 days, because just to keep up with average, we need over an inch of rain in a 7-day period. If that happens anywhere, it's locally north, but most of us just won't see enough even to keep up with average, let alone to see any improvement. Clear tonight, some frost east, then gradually from the north as we head through your afternoon on Friday, a few showers trying to work their way into the region. Widespread wet weather from the west as we head through Friday evening, overnight into Saturday morning. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home, trending warmer through the weekend if you're headed toward D.C., Charlotte, New York, but Chicago cooler on Sunday. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast, this next round, anywhere for a 1/4 inch or more, we have to look about Moundsville and north of there. Meanwhile, bottoming out in low to mid-40s here overnight, and we'll top off in the mid-60s for your Friday. Less than 1/10 of an inch for this next round of rain Friday to Saturday as we start to look east. Temperatures here generally in the 40s overnight. Davis representing a frosty spot. Meanwhile, we'll have highs 69 for Charlestown, 56 for Davis on Friday. You go south of Clarksburg, running into less than 1/10 of an inch. Temperatures that'll be back in some frosty territory towards, say, Snowshoe, not as much as you push towards, say, Harrisville, and highs ranging from mid-50s in the cool spots to 70 toward Ripley on Friday. South of Charleston might stay dry from the Friday to Saturday round of rain. Temperatures here, more mid-30s east to low 40s west, and highs that'll be in the 70s in the warm spots. Additional showers and thunderstorms possible for Mother's Day into Monday morning.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
The conversation starts long before the game.
He doesn't do this to other guests, but every time I'm on here, he creates distractions.
Disrespectful.
With his phone. I mean,
I have to have the phone on in case Pete Thamel breaks another story.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television, available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronews.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. Kevin Kinder, BlueGoldNews.com is coming up in just a moment to talk a little bit about the Mountaineers and some breaking news. Well, news that's been out there for a couple of hours today. It's official. The NCAA has officially expanded the men's and the women's basketball tournament field to 76 teams. 76 teams will now make the tournament. How's that impact West Virginia? What do we think about that? We'll ask Kevin about that in just a sec. All right, our question of the day. Hey, it's a big day for classical music. Hang with me here. We don't talk about classical much on the show, but Brahms and Tchaikovsky, they were contemporaries. They were born on this date. Born on May the 7th. Brahms in 1833, Tchaikovsky in 1840, two of history's greatest composers. And even though they were born on the same day, they both had very different musical styles and did not get along at all. Tchaikovsky called Brahms a giftless so-and-so. I can't really say it. They were swearing even 300 years ago. Despite sharing a birthday, they were rivals with mutual respect for Mozart, but had little for each other. Tchaikovsky found Brahms chaotic. Brahms famously slept through a performance of Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony. Tchaikovsky said about Brahms, "It angers me that this conceited mediocrity is regarded as a genius." And then he continued, "Brahms is a celebrity. I'm a nobody. Yet without false modesty, I tell you that I consider myself superior to Brahms." So, I guess this is probably one of the first celebrity feuds. And these guys are from the era that we do have photos of them. We do have photos of these guys. So here's the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. What's a sophisticated hobby or interest you have that your friends would never guess? What's a sophisticated hobby or interest you have that your friends would never guess? To respond, text those in, 304-TALK, 304, 304-8255-304. You can tweet me. I'm on X for now at Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, three E's, WEEKLEY. Kevin Kinder joins me now to talk about the Mountaineers and the Big 12 and maybe college sports in general. Kevin, how you doing today?
Doing well, Dave. Just, trying to get this weather going. And just all over the place. It's so crazy. Go to a baseball game one day, beautiful, shorts, whatever. Go the next day, and the pullovers and long pants are back out.
I tell you what, I was watching your coverage of the WVU Marshall game from earlier this week here in Charleston, man. It was packed over there, right? I mean, the official attendance was over 9,300. It was shoulder to shoulder no matter where you looked.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of odd, like at all these games now, even games like this where there's a lot more interest in the game itself. Seems like there's some empty seats, but, yeah, people come out to do that because it's the only chance any more people in the southern part of the state really have to see West Virginia since Virginia Tech won't play them anymore. So, yeah, that one's good. And, as long as the weather holds off and it doesn't rain on us sitting outside, that's a good thing.
All right, let's talk a little bit about this series for the WVU baseball team coming up this week, starting tomorrow at Kansas. I mean, Kansas is in rare territory for that program. They're in the top 10 for the first time ever. WVU trying to get it back together. I mean, they handily beat Marshall. They swept the K-State series after a little bit of a bump in the road. They're taking some momentum to Lawrence. What do you think about this series?
I'm kind of two minds on it. Of course, you want WVU to, hopefully make a late season run. 4 games behind the Jayhawks. Probably need to sweep this series in order to have a realistic shot on the last weekend of the regular season when WVU hosts TCU. don't want to get too wrapped up in it, though, and say, oh, if they don't get it done, don't gain ground, don't make a run toward the top spot, that means this season has been a failure, disaster, anything like that. Because we're talking about, hey, West Virginia has a really good chance to finish second in the league. And 10 years ago, people would have been dancing about that. It could be, one of their higher season finishes ever after winning the league a couple of years or time for the league lead a couple of years. So, I don't want to hope it doesn't get caught up in too much. This is an all or nothing series. Yes, another big series, another big chance to see what they can do. But, hey, there's bigger things out there. Big 12 tournament championship, NCAAs, wherever they end up going. You don't want to be so invested in it that when it doesn't work out, you say, oh, the season's over.
Well, I agree with all that. And even if West Virginia would sweep KU and Lawrence this weekend, that doesn't necessarily put West Virginia in first place. I mean, KU's got a four-game lead on WVU and Arizona State. KU is 20-4, and WVU and Arizona State are 16-8. So there still would be work to be done.
Oh, sure. And, Arizona, WVU does have the tiebreaker over Arizona State, so that's
right.
helpful. But UCF holds the same thing over West Virginia, and they're another game back in there. So, like you said, there's still a lot of movement to happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to go down to that last weekend of the regular season.
And this series at Kansas this weekend, Kansas. Hey, I don't want to belittle their program. Obviously, they're having a fantastic year, but their facility is relatively small. But people are going to be everywhere. I mean, the ballpark holds less than 3,000, but they've been lights out at home, right? I mean, they've won like 18 or 20 games on their home field.
Oh, yeah, and they're just on a heater right now. Won 10 in a row and 21 of their last 22. Their schedule probably isn't the greatest, but, West Virginia has a little bit of that issue too, and it's non-conference strength of schedule rankings. So, I feel like it's a pretty even matchup, even though Kansas has a little bit of a lead. Really interested to see how it works out. Can West Virginia score enough runs against what looks like a pretty good Kansas pitching staff to be able to, hang in these, get a couple wins out there?
Yeah, and Kansas hasn't lost a home game since, I guess, the last week of March. So they've been winning. Well, let's just see how they handle. I mean, the handle going from the hunter to being the hunted. So we'll see what West Virginia's got for them this weekend. Hey, we talked about this just briefly the last time you were on our show last Thursday at 5:30 about the expansion of the NCAA basketball tournament. There were heavy rumors that was going to happen. Today, it's now official. I mean, what's it mean for West Virginia now that the tournament's been expanded to 76 teams?
There's a little bit more room to sneak in if you're, right on that borderline, right on what was previously the bubble, but which will now probably get you in. I wish that a couple of those spots would, you can't reserve them, but would realistically be there, available for somebody that tears up their conference through most of the year and then gets upset in their conference tournament, like Miami of Ohio did. They managed to make it in, but, man, they barely made it in. They put them in right at the bottom. So I would hope there's a little bit more thought for those because I think those are good and deserving teams. But realistically, this is a potential opportunity for West Virginia. They would have had two more the last couple of years, I'm pretty sure, if, if the 76-team field had been in place. So now it's just up, to them to, make sure that or not make sure, but you make that big effort to get there, get to the 500 level in the league, all those kind of baseline achievements that you need to get in the postseason tournament. This is a chance to do it.
I don't know if Rich Rodriguez has been asked about this. I'm probably guessing that he has been on the Mountaineer Caravan that's going around to individual markets here in the Mountain State, but I guess he would probably be like the majority of the coaches in the American Football Conference, Football Coaches Association, be in favor of 24 teams in the playoffs, expanding and getting rid of conference championship games. Honestly, I might be in the minority here, but I kind of hate to see those games go away.
Well, it's kind of funny how those have, either matured or progressed over the years. When we had the TCU Baylor situation, and the whole conversation from the SEC was about, oh, we need more data points, and they didn't have enough data points to put them in, when it was a 14 playoff, and now you're adding more, but you're going to take a couple of those away to put those. I'm not sure what the logic is there, but overall, I think you're right. I think you have to look at football in light of what they're doing with basketball. Does it go immediately to 24? I don't know, but it probably gets there. There's going to be a bump at some point once the conferences can ever, get off their soapboxes and actually vote on something and, come to some sort of consensus. The other thing is, though, and I think we mentioned this last week a little bit, that puts a little bit more pressure on the coaches.
No doubt.
Because now you can't just say, hey, there's only 4 teams in the playoff, or there's only 8 teams in the playoff, or whatever it is. Now, if you don't make the playoff, or if you don't make the NCAA tournament, man, I think the heat is going to be turned up more quickly on coaches whose programs aren't getting there.
With 24 teams, now listen, college football is all about tradition, and the great traditional rivalries are going to be rivalries no matter what. But, when you expand out to 24 teams, you are beginning to run the danger of devaluing games in the regular season.
I know that's been a point of conversation, but I'm not sure. If you're getting good games and there's still the battles of, hey, who's going to make it in, who's not, you're coming down the end of the regular season and you're 8-3 or 9-2, and, you got to win that last one to have a good shot at getting in. I'm not sure if it does or not. Maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe people won't be interested, but football is just such a ratings monster. Obviously this is driven by the fact that broadcast networks think they can make money off showing it. I'm not sure if that's one of the bigger things, but we'll have to see how it plays out. You never know what the unintended consequences are.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing to debate in the middle of May. That's for sure. Hey, Kevin, thanks for your time today. I do appreciate it.
Always good to be watching the results from the Midwest this weekend, and then WVU back home next weekend to wrap up the regular season.
Sounds good. Kevin Kinder, BlueGoldNews.com. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with more in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Nathan Adkins with CEC. Why did I choose CEC? It's simple. As a Huntington native and a Marshall grad, I'm thrilled to work in CEC's Charleston office, giving back to my community. At CEC, I dive into every engineering aspect, learning from West Virginia's best. Being employee-owned means that I have a stake in my future. We're not just names on projects, we connect with clients, adding personality to every job. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer golf coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown!
All right, welcome back to the show. About 10 minutes till the hour. Man, there is so much stuff going on. Let's try to get some of this covered before we get out of here. Man, going into last weekend's set at home in Huntington for Marshall women's softball, they had a chance to win the regular season if they swept James Madison. They lost 2 of those 3, ended up not getting the regular season title, ended up being the 2nd seed for the tournament in Lafayette, Louisiana. It's a single elimination affair. They were shut out by Coastal Carolina today in the quarterfinals, 6-0. So their season is over. Their season, wow, that's crazy when you think about just in the space of 5-6 days, they went from controlling their own destiny and winning the regular season to being out of the Sun Belt tournament. So they lose today to the Chance 6-0. So that's it for Marshall softball, unless they end up going to the NCAA tournament. We also have an update here in town on the Mountain East Conference baseball tournament, moving into its 2nd day. Charleston had a 6-0 lead on Frostburg after 2.5 innings, but now Frostburg State has come storming back. They've put a 6 spot on the board in the 5th, added 3 more runs in the 6th, and now we've gone to the 7th inning, and Frostburg State now leads UC at Gomart Ballpark 10-6. 10-6. Let me give you a quick update on what's going on with the Mountain East Conference softball tournament. It's been a busy day. Noon games. UC was a winner over Frostburg 6-4. Playing simultaneously, Fairmont defeated Glenville 5-2. Concord was a winner over D&E 3-1, and West Virginia State defeated West Liberty 9-5. So there you go. That gets you caught up on that. Coop, should we talk about the Reds game? The Reds today.
We can skip it. What? They lost, and Rhett Lauder's hurt.
Yeah.
More at 6.
All right. There's a 8-3. The Reds go 0-7 on the road trip. They lose 4 to the Cubs. This was a nightmarish inning, the 4th. Lauder is hurt. He left the game with shoulder discomfort. The Cubs scored 7 runs in the inning, 2 off Lauder, 5 off Connor Phillips. And here we'll see this probably tonight on SportsCenter. There was a play in the 4th inning where the bases are loaded, and there's a ground ball to third. Ke'Bryan Hayes touches the bag for the force out, then throws home for a tag play. But Tyler Stevenson.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tyler Stevenson didn't realize the 4th was off, stepped on home plate, and the run scored.
Just unaware.
Yeah, just
all he had to. I mean, the guy was right there. All he had to do was tag him.
Yeah.
He had to wait 3 more seconds, and he would have tagged him. It would have been double play.
Yeah. So
that's the kind of thing that the Reds are into right now. How the wheels can fall off so quickly, and it's all pitching. I mean, hitting's been there, but they've scored some runs. I mean, not great, but I mean, they've had 4 or 5. It's not like they're 0 like they were when they were struggling at the beginning of the season. This is simply the pitching just imploded. The bullpen imploded. Starting pitching, you got everybody hurt now. I mean, they don't have anybody to put arms in there. The reason that you score 7 runs in that inning, not only because of the Stevenson thing, they don't have anybody to come in to throw innings. I mean, Connor Phillips was all they had. They had to leave him in there.
So on the bright side, the road trip's over.
Oh, my goodness.
And now the Reds come home and they open up a series with the Astros tomorrow night, and it's the return of Nick Lodolo.
Yeah, they need something in that pen. He'll help.
So Lodolo will make his debut. He'll come back from the blister situation tomorrow. The Pirates, going to the late innings, are trying to take the rubber game of their set in Phoenix against the Arizona Diamondbacks. They lead the game 4-2, and there are 2 outs with 2 on in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mitch Keller started today for the Pirates and put together a quality start. Keller went 6, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, walked 2, struck out 4, did a pretty good job. Santana was the first pitcher for the Pirates out of the pen. So, you thought that he would be mostly closing. He didn't get the chance to close last night, but came in and worked an inning, walked a batter, and was able to manage that. So we're keeping our eyes on that. The Pirates lead the Diamondbacks 4-2, bottom of the 8th, but the Diamondbacks have the tying run on base, and they've got the go-ahead run at the plate. Other games in the major leagues that have gone final today. The Nationals, we talked about the Nationals' problem winning games at home. They won one today. They beat the Twins today, 7-5, so they win the rubber game of that set. That's good for Washington. The Guardians on the road slowed down the Royals. Kansas City's been on a roll, but not today. Cleveland wins that game, 8-5. The Mets are now losing to the Rockies in the top of the 9th inning in Denver, 6-2. And the O's tonight, the O's will, I guess they're going for a sweep in Miami against the Marlins, 6:40 first pitch. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and wrap it for the day in a minute.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country. More than just a walk. Moving Day is a fun experience that unites the community in the fight against Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's doesn't stop, and neither will we. So let's get moving. Join the Parkinson's Foundation to learn more and register for an event in your area at movingdaywalk.org. That's movingdaywalk.org.
The Library of Congress invites you to visit the revamped Veterans History Project website, where first-hand accounts shared by U.S. military veterans are accessible to the public. Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the Collections. Scroll down to Search the VHP Collections and click. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
To the big-hearted, the bold, the teachers, the growers, the builders, the change makers. We need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go the distance to make a difference. We're volunteers, partners, communities, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you looking for more? Then we are looking for you. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for the show today. We thank you so much for listening, sending your answers to our question of the day and more. Stay tuned for the news at the top of the hour. Sports Line's on the other side. Hey, don't forget about our show tomorrow. It starts at 3:06 right here on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hotline on the Metro News Network is presented by Salango Law, salangolaw.com. Hear Hotline weekdays from 3 until 6 on this Metro News station or wvmetronews.com. Visit the site or your favorite podcast service for past shows and features. This has been Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.